Dragon, you've been enjoying this game so much. Chapter 3. I think I'll enjoy it. So, we'll see how much progress we get in the 4 hours that I'm probably going to stream this. Ashley Mizuki Robbins. Date of birth, February 25th, something I didn't see. Unlock displaying unlock message. Dear Ashley, I want to spend your 14th birthday with you. I'm waiting for you at Blood Edward Island. Richard. Dear Mario, I've baked a cake for you. To another system start. Sincerely, Peach. 91, same as your birth year? Oh, interesting. So she is 2 years younger than me. Well, except for this is plot, I'm sure is a while ago. Another code. 21, Ashley from WarriorWare is here. Oh man, I love Ashley's theme. Ashley's theme is great. I can't even picture like the start of it. I just remember it's Ashley. I mean, she's not my favorite. I think Penny's my favorite character from WarriorWare, and I think I still like Mona more than I like Ashley. But Ashley's cool. Actually, no, I think my favorite is actually 9Volt's mom. I don't know why I love 9Volt's mom. Yeah, another code recollection. We're playing from the beginning. I assume that you need to play through the first game to unlock the second game anyways, which is fine, because obviously we're playing through in order. Blood Edward Island, it's not getting any bad vibes, no sorry. See why it's called it. Had to change it because of the hidden message and touched. Yeah. Man, I haven't gotten the most recent WarriorWare game. I wasn't really liking that it couldn't be done in handheld mode. So, maybe I'll get it at some point when it's on sale, if it ever goes on sale. Blood Edward Island, 1948. Oh, that's like 80 years ago. 75 years ago? Oh, I can't math right now.
Thomas, why?
A little over 75. Oh, so she watched her dad get shot? I mean, that's... Wait, was that... No, it couldn't have been. That's too long ago.
Hurry, Ashley. Hide.
Oh, that was Ashley's mom,
What
I
do you
guess.
hope to accomplish?
Mommy?
Yeah. Wow. They just have a history of watching their parents die at a young age. That's... runs in the family. It's coming of age. When you hit the age of 11, you have to watch one of your parents get shot from the closet. But around 2005. Oh man.
If I follow this path, I can get to the mansion.
That was during the GameCube era.
Watch out!
Well, obviously this came out on DS, and it was probably the year it came out. Okay. Well, she's dead. Oh, that was a good game. A good game. Oh, she survived. Okay. I thought the DS came out like around then.
No going back now. What should I do?
I mean, one of you can verify if you want what year the DS came out, because I'm not sure off the top of my head. I thought it was like 2004, 2005. I'm not sure. This feature indicates your destination and place a compass around Ashley that points towards you. Turn the navigation feature on or off. It calls it an assist, so I mean, we could just turn it off with the press of a stick, so I guess I'll start with it off and turn it on if I get confused. No, I do not want puzzle hits. I definitely do not want puzzle hits. I like puzzles. We're playing this is, I mean, there's not going to be combat in this game. This game is going to have puzzles. Puzzles and story. It looks very nice. It could not have looked like this on the DS. There's no way. Like, I haven't seen... I did see back in the day. I haven't seen recently what it looked like on the DS, but it could not have looked this nice. DS looked good. DS even could pull off simple 3D, but not like this quality. Like, look at that. That is some nice graphics. Nice art. Sucker for cell shaded graphics. Oh yeah, I like some good cell shaded graphics too. I think cell shading, in terms of 3D graphics, cell shading probably ages the best. It's like the best looking games from the GameCube era are the ones that are cell shaded. There's not many. I can't think of any cell shaded games from prior to that. 2D you can argue between cell shaded or like a pixel look, like 16-bit. But like 3D, I think cell shading age is the best. Okay, cool. That's how to move stick. Cool. Yeah, there's no way the GameCube had like the folds in the sleeve, or not GameCube, the DS had folds in the sleeves like that. Like, this is fairly detailed. I mean, the rocks could be better. Well, I don't know why I'm picking apart the graphics. Did I just come back the way I came? No, this is not the way I came. Okay, fallen rocks. Or block this too. Okay. YouTube DS trace memory, almost point and click. Oh, I mean, I knew it was a point and click, but I didn't assume they would have made up like part-free control like this. I would assume that they didn't really add stuff, so I'm surprised then. I played the original, wish you did. I wish I played it too. I'll be honest, I'm really dallying in this game, but let's say, I'll be honest, at the time when this came out, which was early in the DS lifespan, I had a mindset that I didn't want to pay full price for a game that was either like a visual novel or a point and click. Like, those seemed like they were not worth the money to me. I also assumed always that they'd be super short and that I would not get my money's worth and that there wouldn't be the type of gameplay that I'd replay it. I now that I'm older realize I was very wrong, and a lot of them are excellent and are worth it. And I bought Great Ace Attorney Collection 3 times because I'm bad with money. So, but young me passed over because of that. But I was interested. And I was like, maybe I'll get it on sale eventually, which I never did because the DS had a pretty good catalog, and so I was always wanting other games. But I wish I played this back in the day. Skipping around, barely any 3D like this. There's only you see overhead, barely see the character. Wish they remade a Hotel Dusk. I don't even know much about that one. This river is flowing around. Maybe over there? What if they remade Hotel Mario? No. No, that'd be bad. I wouldn't mind if they remade Mario's Missing, but I'd be the only person in the world probably that would get it, so they probably shouldn't. But like, throw it on NSO, I'd play through it again. I've been tempted to play through it on my Steam Deck, because it's not even that long. What's that? Another DS title. It's kind of fun. The DS had a lot of kind of point and click titles because of the touchscreen. Wait, what did it say? Oh, I figured out how to run. Cool. Probably told me, I missed it.
Oh, this is the way to.
Okay, and I'm almost certain the DS wouldn't have had voice in. The DS could probably handle voice acting. I feel like this didn't have voice acting. I'm gonna guess. Kept hearing good things. Friend kept telling me to get it. At this point, I might expect them to remake Hotel Dusk and Lost Window, I think is the sequel. Fair. I will say, because my first foray into visual novels really was the Ace Attorney trilogy, and that was on iOS. was probably DS, late DS era, early 3DS era that I started to appreciate visual novel style games, which I know point and click is a little different, but they're both kind of more story driven rather than action games. You cross this bridge to continue on the path. How can I get across? Pick up items, search for anything you use. There's leaves, but you won't let me pick it. There's a longboard. That's clearly not the answer. Time to go longboarding, come on. Maybe I can use this board. Happy Apollo Justice release day. That was yesterday, Dragon, but yeah, happy Apollo Justice release day. We will be starting that next week. It's got a sequel, didn't make it here. What? This game, the sequel? Because this game, the sequel's in the collection. Oh, or you're talking about Hotel Dusk. You're going without Hotel Dusk. Listen, Nintendo can't revive every obscure... Well, not maybe I'd say every small game that didn't probably sell amazing. Like, they only could put so much money in. They've been doing a lot of like far reaches and throwing things out, and I'm unhappy with that. Nintendo's been doing that more than like any other big studio. Say what you want about Nintendo, but we got this, we got Advance Wars, we got I'm baiting Kato's, but that's technically not Nintendo. We got I don't know, we've been getting a bunch. Famicom Detective Club. She supported the other ball. You had to break your Switch in half to play Hotel Dusk. Also to feel like a gumshoe writing in their notebook. Hey there, Inheritance, welcome. I remember DS games that you had to hold sideways. Brain Age had parts like that.
Yeah.
Funny that I got Brain Age, but I didn't get but I was like not a visual novel. What do I rotate counterclock? Oh, there? I assume if it fell in the hole, it just respawn. Let me try again. I like the little like comic book style images though. Huh? You looked at the company who did Hotel Dusk. They made another code as well. It doesn't surprise me. So Dusk, you hold it sideways. Yeah, I kind of assumed when you said like writing in their notebook. I assumed you held it like a book.
What's this?
The DS is super creative. Oh, only Edward family members printed past this point.
Edward. The captain mentioned that name.
The DS is super creative. It's just a shame a lot of those titles are hard to just port because of the DS functionality. Same with 3DS. Meet with D. What's the D stand for? Maybe they bring back SimCity or Star Tropic. SimCity was a Nintendo Dragon. That was a few hours earlier. What's the company that makes The Sims? I don't think the company even exists. They were absorbed, I think, by another, or like EA or something. Of course, Seattle, off the coast of Seattle, 2002. Star Tropics, I'd love it though if they brought back.
Ashley.
I thought she stopped crying. Why should she make a crying sound? There you go. Maxis, that's it. I couldn't remember the name.
Dad.
I don't think Maxis exists anymore though. I think they were absorbed.
Hey.
Or the properties were bought out or something. I don't think Maxis themselves exist.
Look alive. We're almost there.
Why are you moaning so much? Jeez. Man, they got a little carried away with the voice acting.
So that's Blood Edward Island?
Who makes that many sounds?
Right you are, miss. That's our destination.
It's very anime,
Used to
though, to
get
have that
more than
much
2 visitors at once.
groans and moans and other weird sounds.
Not much call for a ferryman there now.
So why are you taking an 11-year-old here? This doesn't seem responsible.
Anyway, your business is your own.
14-year-old,
Of course.
sorry.
But I'm sure curious what calls you out here.
The day before my 14th birthday started
Is that
off
when your
pretty
mom got
bad.
shot?
On the boat, the waters were calm.
Well, this
But
is their
inside,
14th birthday.
I felt tossed in a storm. I was so excited, but also lost and angry.
You chose to come here.
I've never felt so torn apart.
Also, nice seagulls. Is it one of those Marin?
Who could blame
Zelda.
me? I mean, my dad. I always thought he was dead. But he's alive!
You're not an orphan. Kinda. Corner Wiki EA announced 2 new studios that would... Sorry, I have to... I don't want to miss anything. Just a moment. Oh, look at that water. That water actually looks really nice. That cell shaded water there. 2 new studios that would be Maxis. Appear the maximum name over the following years. Maxis Texas 2019 and Maxis Europe 2021. Okay, there is a Maxis in some format. At least. But yeah, SimCity is SimCity. Nintendo can't bring back that. That's not there. Star Tropics, on the other hand, they could, and I would love it. Star Tropics is underrated. Everybody that has NSO, please play Star Tropics on the NES NSO if you haven't. And if you don't have NSO, find another way. It's really good. Star Tropics is excellent. It's like... I always think of it like, what if you crossed Earthbound with Zelda? Star Tropics 2, I haven't played Star Tropics 2. I don't think that's on NSO. I remember thinking this game looks so pretty in the ad images when I saw it as a kid. Our guys, visual novels aren't my biggest draw, especially when they... As I said, visual novels weren't before. Now I'm kind of a different boat. Like, Ace Attorney alone sold me. The Zero Escape games, phenomenal. AI Somnia Files, that was great. But this isn't quite a visual novel, so I didn't think this would work well with Inheritance, but like there's not going to be enough reading. Plus, it looks like most of it's voice acted, and it's going to be point and click. It won't work quite the same way. But by the way, does this game have autosave? That's autosave, right? Yeah, that's autosave. It has an autosave slot. Cool. Time to stream it. I'm probably not going to stream Star Tropics 2. Maybe I should play it, though, at some point. It's puzzle game, the original Star Tropics need to tip a real piece of paper to retrieve it. Oh, yeah, I remember that. I loved games that used outside stuff that came with the game to play. The main one I can think of is one of the Professor Layton games. Had something you needed for a puzzle that was included physically with, I think it was in the instruction booklet, but I'm not sure. And that was very fun. Metal Gear Solid. Visual novels are I've always been a writer, and I'm obviously a librarian. I enjoy stories, and visual novels are interactive stories at their purest. What do you want? What do you want me to do? That's okay. That's that. Yeah, again, really pretty water. An island we're not getting... Oh, I could walk over here. Cool. Dad is on that island. I'm coming, Papa. Hey, Jessica. What are you doing, Jessica?
Jessica, hey.
Oh, Jessica's kind of cute.
Oh, good. You're awake. Come feel the breeze. It's nice.
Yeah, nice.
What's wrong? Feeling seasick?
Nah, I'm alright.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Let me guess. You had the dream again?
Yeah. I don't know why I keep having
Are
it.
you like her
It always
guardian?
ends the same. And no matter how hard I try, I can't remember Dad's face.
Don't rack your brain too hard. You were so little back then.
Okay, you've known her for a while, I
Besides,
assume.
you'll see him in person soon. So cheer up.
I guess.
Oh,
Jessica is Dad's little sister.
it's your aunt. Your
She's all
aunt.
the family I have left.
Oh, she's cute. I like Jessica.
She's raised me since I was little. And on a high school
Ooh,
teacher's
that's
salary.
not a good salary. Teachers are underpaid, and that is really bad.
Don't get me wrong. She's
A
been
clerk at the
really
library I
nice.
work at also works full time as a teacher, and she needs a second job because she can't pay her bills on a teacher salary. It's awful.
She always considers what's best for me and helps me out when I need it. Now, though, I don't know. Why did you never tell me Dad
So
was
the
alive?
glasses. No, I think she'd be cute without her glasses too.
Why have you been lying to me all this
I like her
time?
short, like, I call that red hair.
That's... I mean,
Also, her outfit's cute.
I promised your dad.
Promised him what?
It was 11 years ago. Richard. showed up
Richard.
one day,
He sounds like a
holding you.
dick.
He just turned 3.
Because that's
It
what
was so sudden.
dick
I
is short
could
for
tell
Richard.
something was wrong. He said, "Look after her. I'll be back for her someday.
Classic Richard move.
But until you
Dropping
hear
off
from
your
me
kid and
again,
leaving.
it's best if you tell her
Jeez.
I'm dead."
Dick, why? Yeah, why would he say that? That was shitty. Come on, Richard.
He didn't tell me.
I bet he wanted nothing to do with me after Mom died.
No, it wasn't like that.
I mean, of course you'd think that. What are you supposed to think? Richard did a dumb move.
My
Dumb
brother's
move.
good man. Please
Good
trust
man.
that he had his reasons. He's not the kind of man who'd abandon his child if there was any.
I don't know. Judgment remains to be seen.
I remember the warmth in his eyes as he looked at you. When I saw that, I knew I had to take care of you until he came back home.
Yeah, but she shouldn't have told her he's dead.
I'm so sorry, Ashley. I wanted to tell you sooner.
Just to mess her up.
I received a package.
She
a few
deserved the
days
truth.
ago. It didn't say who it was from. But there were 2 things inside. A letter from Dad, who I thought died when I
If
was
you were told
3.
that.
And this strange device. Looks like a
Okay,
game
maybe not that
system.
bad. You get a game system
Now
out of it.
here I am, rereading the letter on a boat with my aunt, heading to Blood Edward Island, where my
Yeah,
dad
why?
is supposed
What
to be
kind of
waiting.
father is like, meet me at Blood Edward Island after thinking I was dead for 11 years?
So, what was he like? My dad.
Well, Richard is a brilliant neuroscientist.
He is a neuroscientist? Like, he's need brains?
Yeah. And I bet he made that device.
Well, he's a neuroscientist, not an engineer.
Really? He made this? Okay, that's kind of amazing. What
Being
exactly
smart
is
in
this
one
thing?
thing doesn't mean you're smart in all things. That's like 2 different things.
His focus was on memory.
Memory.
He worked for a leading neuroscience research center. Talented scientists from all over the world came
That
together
person
there.
run off for years and would say he's dead. Pretty much.
He met a scientist from Japan, and they fell in love.
Wait, where is he
Before
from?
long, they got
Did
married.
Did it say where he's from? Because mother is from Japan. No. Okay, well you're half Japanese, other half unknown.
You're talking about...
But given the mother, probably some sort of, well, definitely not Japanese. Or given the aunt,
Sayoko.
which is given the aunt, which is her father's sister, obviously.
She was your mother.
Look at the device.
So, Dad
It's
said
an iPhone.
this. It says DAS.
Yes.
DAS.
The Nintendo
What do you think
DAS.
that stands for?
Dunno. What's this camera icon?
Oh man, remember when Nintendo handhelds came with cameras? Take pictures using the DOS. X or ZL. Save pictures of them. Do I have to? I mean, I guess, but I can only hold 10 pictures. Can I tilt it? No, this seems kind of crooked, but I guess this is all I can do. I have a picture of my hot aunt.
Huh. It works.
It's the Switch 2. We're gonna take pictures of Switch 2 now. Be disappointed. We're not bringing back a camera. A camera isn't. It's not that cheap, so it'll up the price, and there's not really a lot of use for it. I don't think they'll bring back a camera.
Now, how do I look at the picture I took? Not bad. Could you take one of me next?
Sorry, but no. You're the only one. who
Why?
knows that.
Why can only she use it?
What?
Of course she has
Why?
me.
I had spent some time fiddling with it after it arrived. Seems like it leads to your genetic data using biometrics.
That's not how any of this. What? It's how is it? It's not like it's like taking a sample of her like DNA. It's okay, sure. Biometrics. Let's not talk about other. You know what I'm saying? Francisco, Tokyo, Tokyo.
Biometrics?
Serious?
Biometric systems read a person's unique attributes. They can use those unique identifiers as a sort of key. Your DAS seems to have a system
Again,
like that
there's
built
no
in,
way it's taking your biometrics
meaning it won't work for anyone but you.
just by you touching it.
Huh. So, it'll only work for me.
Plus, how would he even have made it so only like when she was yet less than 3? Was he like taking her like DNA for this device?
Can you tell me more about Mom?
Sayoko had a powerful mind. And an equally
Powerful mind?
powerful
Is she
will.
like a Esper or something, or psychic?
She had beautiful eyes, too. And that's where you get yours. They look
Jessica,
just
don't
like
sell
hers.
yourself short. You have pretty beautiful eyes too.
That's not what I mean. I want to hear real stuff.
Like, what?
Just tell me the truth about her. Whatever it is, I can handle it. And I won't be mad. I just want to know about Mom. I always thought Mom died along with Dad. Since it turns out Dad's alive, that means Mom is
Not
too,
necessarily. They
right?
lied to you.
Is she on the island with him? You can tell me.
Ashley, that's something you'll have to ask Richard about.
Richard.
He'll get all the answers you're looking for.
Say your
when you
dad.
meet
That's
him.
weird to say to her. Like, call him Richard or...
Great, thanks.
Sorry to interrupt.
If I was to do that,
We're
that'd be
almost
more,
there.
very secure. I mean, fingerprints were pretty secure for a phone. Unlike now we have cameras, face identification, which is less secure than fingerprints were. Okay. We are now on Blood Edward Island. Is that a burb? That is a burb. Oh, it's a seagull. Get out of here. Only type of burb I don't like. Get out of here. Get out. Shoo. Blood Moon rises once again. Oh, there's so many seagulls. Woodbecks. Can I take one? It's ready to fall apart. Stack that. Any rhyme or reason. Oh, I thought that was a take item. Dang it. Wooden crates, road to best salty breed lays overturned on the ground. Is anything for me here? Oh, maybe I get that rope. Done ropes, piece of crates been abandoned in a disorderly fashion. Oh, I can't get the rope. I can't see. What is she looking at? Okay. Stairs.
He's not here.
He's not here. It's Big Island.
Wasn't someone supposed to meet you here?
Strange. I wonder if some came up.
A disappointing amount of blood on a disappointing amount of blood or Edwards on this island. No, it's specifically Blood
Should
Edwards.
be here.
I changed my mind. I'm not going.
Ashley.
Why isn't Dad here? He's the one who told me to come to this island. So where is he? What? Is he too busy? I bet he doesn't want to see me after all.
Oof.
Excuse me?
I'm your father.
No offense, but I have other passengers today. I'm going back to the mainland in a bit, if that's all right with you.
Yes, that's fine.
Well then, I'll be back by evening to pick you up as planned.
Got it. Thank you. Why don't you wait here? I'll go find your father.
Wouldn't it be better to not leave her alone?
I'll be right back.
It'd kind of be better if you took her with you. That's be more responsible.
Your mom looked worried.
Jessica's not my mom.
What is it then? Your sister?
Rena, that's my aunt.
No, Jessica's my
Aunt.
aunt.
For the record, I do
raised
say
me.
aunt. I don't know why I'm saying aunt here.
My dad bailed. Left me with her. I thought he was dead until I got this letter.
Hold on now.
What?
It's clear you're working through some things right now. And I'm not one to meddle in other people's
I don't want to
business.
know.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather go off with your aunt?
It doesn't matter.
So long as we're waiting, why don't we...
I thought you were leaving and coming back in the evening. What's going on?
Sure, but what's
Yeah,
there
why do you want to
chat
just
about?
chat with a 14-year-old girl?
Well, we could talk about this island.
This island.
Can we talk about
Phew.
you?
Ask away. I'll answer whatever I
You
can.
heard of the seagulls? Apparently we're being watched by this guy that was supposed to leave. I don't care this island. Only not you. Are you my dad?
So, how long have you been a captain?
Since well before you were born.
Cool.
Cool.
Not long, huh? Why a captain? Is that your childhood dream?
Who can say?
Didn't you ever want to be...
Listen, Ashley,
anything
most
else?
people don't get to do what their childhood dream is. Just, you need to deal with that.
Maybe so. Can't say for sure. It's been quite a while.
Yeah, you kind of just end up in a job, Ashley. That's life.
Is it normal to forget the past as you get older?
Nah. You forget what you want to forget.
Isn't there anything you want to hold on to?
Of course there is. Your heart keeps all the really precious memories.
Okay,
locked away.
Sora. Is this just old Sora?
The heart remembers, huh?
Right. You might think those important memories are lost, but your heart can
This is
always
just
send
Kingdom
close
Hearts.
back to them.
Everything is just Kingdom Hearts in the end.
All right.
This island.
No one lives here, right?
Not these days.
So there used to be people here.
They say it was once home to a family of rich folks, but the patriarch got sick and things went from bad to worse.
Why? What happened?
Most of the family died, one right after the next.
Wins.
How did they die?
Couldn't tell you.
Was it one big tragedy or a bunch of little accidents?
Just a bunch of happy little accidents, as Bob Ross would say.
Hold on now. I get that it can be tempting to...
Also, what do you mean little
something like
accident? It's just
this.
a little accident that killed somebody. Just a bunch of little accidents that each one killed somebody.
But take a lesson from me. Don't go meddling in other
Oh,
people's
Goofy are
business.
hiding in the cargo crates.
Even if you got to the bottom of it all. What do the dead care? Anyway, the whole thing drove what was left of them away. So now the place is deserted. Some heartless folks started calling it blood-soaked Edward Island. But I guess that doesn't quite roll off the tongue. Because now it's just Blood Edward Island.
Well, that explains that. Do you come to this island a lot?
Hardly. It's rare that anyone feels the need to come out this way. Though, I did recently ferry a tall blonde man here.
Is our dad tall and blonde?
When was
We should have
this?
asked what he
What
looked
was his
like.
name?
Aren't we a nosy one?
I mean, this could be my dad we're talking about.
Sorry, miss, but that's all you're getting out of me. I don't talk about passengers, and I'll hold firm on that.
Okay.
So then it's captain-client confidentiality.
Isn't that your aunt?
She's about to jump off a cliff. Oh, okay. It's not that type of game. Sure, but Poker knows the mysteries of this whole game.
Oh, yeah.
Capture's a true man of his word.
Shouldn't you go?
I thought I wasn't supposed to go. I thought I was supposed to stay. What? Irresponsible.
See you later.
What?
I want to
Oh, hey.
ask you. And that is? Your boat, the Rosa. Do you name it after someone? I named it after my wife. Oh, really? You two must really get along if you name your boat after her. I guess we must. She's probably dead. What's she like? Strong-willed, not afraid to let me know what's what. Can be downright scary at times, too. I guess she's not dead. Okay. But she's kind and she loves me. She's my own safe harbor. That's sweet. If that's all, I'll go on and catch up with your aunt. Be safe out there, miss. Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Why does that have a red circle? Oh, I don't know. It has a flashing red circle. That means something, right? Oh, there we go. Album. Oh, that's all. I don't want to do that. Oh, I can move all the camera out. Okay, camera turns so slow. Oh, I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to turn the camera faster. Option, nope, wrong button. Options. Oh, there is. Some horizontal speed, that's mainly. What is autoplay? That's just the text, right? Yeah, I don't really want autoplay. That's a bit better. Okay. Oh my god, I keep pressing ZL to run. That's ZR. Just gonna be up with dad? Just thought makes me nervous. Huh?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Stools in the shade of a tree.
What
Are you kidding me?
Don't tell me it's locked.
We're gonna have a conversation with Locke?
Yep, just my luck.
If this was just primarily point and click back in the day, they really revamped this game. Bye boat. I mean, we knew it was leaving. He said he was leaving and coming back in the evening. Did you not listen?
He actually left me here. Now what?
Oh my god. Listen, girl. Pan out to the stool. Oh, we're sitting on the stool. Cool.
Well, doesn't this suck? Stupid old stool. Why am I just sitting here? I need to hurry and find Jessica.
You were supposed to wait.
Huh?
Very realistic 14-year-old doesn't do anything she's told or listen to what people say.
What's that jingling?
Jingling. It's Santa. Is that a bell I just heard? Oh, this is cool. What's a key doing here? Tilt the chair to get the key out. If you're playing eligible to use R to inspect the chair more closely. Oh. I didn't know I was gonna be tilting controller. Slide.
Nice. Got it.
Speak gratefully has something to sit on. Oh, that's a cute keychain, I guess. Got a key on a keychain.
But what's this key for?
One of my oldest phone gyro controls. I mean, I like gyro controls. I just was not in a position where I was ready to gyro control. Oh my god, I'm gonna open my camera 5 billion times trying to run. Let's unlock the gate and find Jessica. Hope this key works. Wait, why is this flashing red now? Is there something? I don't know why that was red. Okay, but how did Jessica get through here?
Jessica must be up ahead.
Well, why don't you call her like Aunt Jessica? It's kind of weird that you just call her Jessica. You touched the keychain of Baroness Child. The small bell makes a nice jingling noise when shaken. Oh, cool. I can, well, there's the kid. Okay. Whew. Where did Jessica go? Now see information about characters and their relationships in the dots. Information character section updates match the story. The captain of the boat that took me and Jessica to Blood Edward Island. I guess he's been doing this since before I was born. He's really good at it. I didn't even get a little seasick. He looks a little gruff and scary, but he seemed really nice when I talked to him. He told me some stuff about the island and how the people who used to live here had some trouble. What is Dad doing here? No relation, okay. Tomorrow's my 14th birthday, but I feel horrible. It's all because of this package I got from my dad, who I was told died 11 years ago. All that was inside was a note telling me to come to Blood Edward Island to celebrate my birthday, and this thing that looks like a game system. I don't know what to think, it's just so random. Jessica told me I should go, and I reluctantly agreed. I have no idea why. My mind's going a mile a minute. My dad is alive? Seriously? So he didn't die, he abandoned me now. Or he abandoned me. And now he wants to celebrate my birthday, just out of the blue? Why would I possibly want to spend my birthday with him? I don't think I'll be able to force a smile when I meet him, let alone act happy. My Aunt Jessica is super nice. She raised me ever since Dad dropped me at her doorstep 11 years ago. She can be strict, but I chalk that up to her being a teacher. I do get into fights sometimes, but I know she always has my best interests in mind. Oops, sorry if that was loud. Whenever I'm feeling down, she'll hang out with me until I start feeling better. She's like a mother to me, and I love her for it. I wouldn't have even come here today had she not encouraged me to. She said I should trust my dad, but that isn't easy when I can't even remember his face. I got a letter along with a weird device from Richard Robbins, my father. By the relief from Dad? I always heard he died 11 years ago with Mom. Apparently the device is something Dad made, and I'm the only one who can use it. Why would he send me this? Came to this Blood Edward Island he mentioned in the letter, but I don't remember anything about him or what he looks like. I wonder if he'll recognize me. So obviously they're siblings, father-child, spouse, father-child. Sayoko Robbins. Mom died when I was 3. I knew she was a scientist like Dad, but what kind of person was she really? Jessica says I have Mom's eyes, but I don't remember anything about her at all. I was told my dad died along with my mom, so if he's alive, maybe she is too. I'd love to see her again. I want to know everything about her. What's weird to me is she's like asking like what her dad was like, what her mom is like, which implies she, in the 11 years since she was left by them and thought they died, she's not asked that? Or has her aunt just always refused to answer, which would be very suspicious? Like, why is she now suddenly like, wait, what was Dad like? What was Mom like? Those seem like natural questions for a child to have. Raised by Jessica, which makes sense that weirder she just calls her by her name. Yeah, her aunt, Aunt Jessica. But I mean, some kids do that.
Sure are a lot of old buildings. Must have been
Like,
a
I've
bunch of
known of
people
kids
here at
that
one
like
point.
will address their parents by first name. Heck, one of my coworkers addresses their parents by first name, and it's weird to me about. I guess that's just how some people are. I don't know, maybe family dynamics. And Jessica has like a 12-foot vertical leap. Oh, jump over the gate. I mean, she jumped 12 feet. That means she's falling 12 feet on the other side, and she'd like break her ankle. So probably use the stuff in the mine.
Mm-hmm.
Judging by the rust, this hasn't been used in a long time. Sounds pretty faded, but I can still read it. Warning: gold mine closed. No entry. Edward Company. There's literally a gold mine over there. I would just. What do you could climb over this, Ashley. This is You could probably jump over this, but you can definitely climb over it. I mean, you might need a running leap. I wouldn't try to jump over it. That might be hard to clear, and you might just fall on your face. But that's super easy to climb over. Where are we going?
That's
A mansion? The rich family's mansion? Suddenly Resident Evil?
Was that a scream?
Oh no, it's
that?
Jessica's glasses. Also, shouldn't you recognize your caretaker's scream?
Jessica!
I mean, if you're determined, I feel like you might be able to fit through these. You can fit through this bar right here, like one of these, like right here, right? That inside of, or in front of her torso. She could definitely climb through that. Like, oh no, it's locked. You could fit. The best video game features mansion. What is this? Oh, that's a... Oh, we're going that way. Oops. Excuse me? Well, the scales lost video games, she might be able to fit through. She definitely should be able to fit through.
If I follow this path,
She's fairly skinny. I was a skinny child. I could have fit through bars like that if I really wanted to. I cannot now. Up. This is the intro where she had the rocks fall. Okay, they're not going to make me do that again. They're going to just skip ahead. I meant to explore more in front of the mansion, but oh well.
huh?
Only Edward family members are permitted past this point. Well, you're dead, so I don't think you're gonna stop me. I can see the mansion from here. Oh. Some crows. Is this are these graves?
Is this what I think is?
Yeah. Might come in handy later if you take pictures of things that catch your attention. Are you saying to take pictures of things here? The grave is in rough shape, must be really old. Oh my god, I meant to run. I can't run through there. Wonder how long it's been since someone took care of this place. There are weeds and dead leaves covering everything. I mean, you were told that they literally all died. There's nobody to take care of this. Oh, there's a grave there. Can I get to that? I can. Interesting. Let me... Whose grave is this? There's too much moss. I can't read what it says. Toolshed door. The wood is rotted away. It's dark, but I think I can see something in there. I think I can reach it.
What?
Just a little further. What's this? Got clover stone fragment. Oops. Okay, that seems important. Rusty handle. Oh, it's no use. It won't open. I mean, we got the thing in there, so we're fine. Before I even knew I needed a thing, I saw that grave and it looked suspicious, and I... This grave is smaller than the others. Is a child buried here? Is that a thing? Do you use smaller grave or headstones for children? Huh, is this a grave too? I've never seen one that looks like this. Oh, it's a little teapot. This one's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. I make up some words. William Wells. Is he part of the Edwards family? Huh? There's a tombstone. Can't make out what it says. There's a pair of pruning shears on the ground. They look pretty rusty. I can't use them like this. I could take them and maybe do something with them. There's a stone fragment. Oh my gosh, I am sorry. There is. This table's kind of falling apart. Stone fragment. Put this here. I should like tape the edge of this table or something. Got sprout stone fragment. Alright, let's check that one. Assortment of gardening tools. Somebody using these to take care of the grounds? I mean, they look very old and rusty, so I doubt it. Oh, these have holes in them. Whose grave is this? Says Henry Edward Reed, genius. Chiseled in the old tombstone. Henry Edward, 1910 to 1948. Only 38, dang. Henry Edward. Wonder when this tombstone was made. Chiseled in the old tombstone, Lawrence Edward. 1868 to 1948. Okay, that's 80 years. That's much more reasonable. Lawrence Edward, huh? There's a chunk missing from the center. What happened to it? It was 1910 to 1948. Okay, so that was a lot. That was older generation. Great is this? Chiseled into the old tombstone. 1912 to 1948, 36. Thomas Edward. It's one of the whole two. What could it mean? They all died in the same year. It fit. So it says something different now? No. It fit. Why did I want to put that together? I don't know what benefit that had. Here's an obelisk. It's locked. How does it open? Oh. I need to go look at the graves again. Okay, so that is what, a 2-leaf clover, a four-leaf clover, and a 2-leaf clover. I should know one is like vertical and the last one's horizontal. Easy.
Nice. It's open. Huh? Not going anywhere with this rock in the way.
Then move it.
Am I gonna have to move this thing by
What do you mean
myself?
by yourself? Who else is gonna help you move it? Dang it, Ashley.
It's so
You say
heavy.
after you've moved it. D.
D. Is this
Would someone's grave be in front of the door?
It looks different from the others. Now what? Yeah.
You didn't notice it yet? That thing?
Is someone there?
You.
Who said that? Stop hiding!
You can hear what I say?
Of course I can hear you! Quit playing around! This isn't funny!
I'm not playing. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so ghosts are in this game.
So... Excuse me,
What do you want?
I just want to know your name.
Ashley.
Your name is, Ashley?
Wow, you're a smart ass.
No. Just Ashley. Ashley Mizuki Robbins.
So I should call you Ashley.
Please don't hurt me! I don't want to die!
Still
I'm still
young.
young!
Don't be afraid, Ashley. I don't mean you any harm. Please, open your eyes. Look at me.
Okay. I'm opening my eyes, and I'm seeing a ghost?
Ashley, can you see me?
Yeah.
You're not just saying so?
Why would you just be saying so?
You can see me!
Oh no, now it's laughing. Why is the ghost laughing? Why is there a ghost to begin with? I'm so freaked out right now. What's so funny?
I'm laughing because I'm happy.
About what?
I've been waiting so long for this. So long. For someone like you.
Someone like you.
What do you mean, someone like me?
Wants to be someone like you. You know, the Jungle Book song.
All this time, I've been hoping for someone who could see me.
Well, you got
Truly
your
a
wish.
chosen one.
A person who can see you. And that's a big problem for me. I never wanted to meet I mean, you're totally...
You never wanted to meet a ghost.
A ghost?
I was afraid you'd say that.
Don't be afraid. My name is It's D.
D? Kind of a weird name for a
Yeah,
ghost, isn't
and
it?
like, why'd you like hesitate to say it?
Oh, I can't believe it. I'm really talking to a ghost.
I bet this is all because I moved that rock. It probably disturbed the ghost's resting place. Man, what am I gonna do?
That's not quite right.
What?
That's not my grave. My body isn't buried under that stone.
It isn't?
I've been here for a long time, but no one's ever noticed me. I've been alone for so long.
Why'd you try to catch a leaf?
Been here all alone?
Yes. You're not the first to visit this spot, but none of the others ever realized I was here.
Why not?
I don't know, but you're finally here. The first
That's
person
your
who can
chest,
see
by
me.
the way.
That's why I know you're the one.
The one?
The one who can help me regain my memories.
Trace memory. Is that a symbol of the just on his chest? Again, this is Kingdom Hearts.
What do you mean, regain your memories?
Ashley, I don't remember anything about my life. Not a single thing. Who I am.
Well, I mean,
died.
the old man, the captain that took us here, said that we remember what we want to remember, and things we don't want to remember, we forget. Hearts remembers like what we care or remember. So I guess D, you just didn't want to remember anything. So why are you trying to remember it?
It's all a blank to me. I think that's why I'm still here. Why I've been cursed to wander here for so long.
How long are we talking here?
57 years. If I haven't lost count.
How are you counting the year? That's crazy.
You've been here for 57
57
years?
years. Yeah, 1948. That checks out. 1948 when the accident happened and all the Edwards died, and 2005 is the year this takes place. That's 57 years. So
Is it that surprising?
Yeah, because 57 years is old enough to be a grandpa.
I suppose that's true.
It's also a really long time to be alone. I can't imagine.
Yeah. That's why it's so important that I regain my lost memories. I want to get back all
Do
I've
you?
lost.
I can kind of sympathize about not remembering stuff, I mean. But you can't remember anything at all?
didn't think then that count of the years was accurate. Oh no, I immediately was like wondering, is this related to the accident? And when he said 57 years, I did quick mental math, and I was like, oh, yep, no, that checks out.
Not even a single detail?
There is something. It's not much, but it's there.
What do you remember?
I remember that someone once called me D. And this mark on my chest.
What is that anyway?
It's the last thing I ever saw. It was burnt into my mind at the moment of my death. The mark is my biggest clue.
Okay, it's a clue. Burnt in his mind.
If I figure out what it is, I may understand how and why I died. I have to know, Ashley. I need to get my memories back. Searching this island is my best chance, but I need your help.
Help you? But I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if I can do anything to help.
I think you can. If nothing else, you can see and hear me. I waited 57 years for that much. Please, Ashley.
I'm trying to hear if I hear something downstairs going on.
Help me remember.
Okay, so I thought there was somebody knocking downstairs, but nothing else you can see. Okay. A symbol of microscopic organism.
Dee, what should I do? I don't want to just leave him here. But I've got my own problems. I need to find Jessica. And I've got to be back at the dock tonight for my ride home. Plus, on top of all that, I still really want to see my dad. Listen, Dee.
I thought you didn't want to see your dad.
I came to this island to see my dad. The same dad that Jessica's been telling me was dead all my life.
What if that's your dad, JK?
Your father? Dead?
Yeah, do you know him? You're a ghost too.
I got mad at Jessica. Then she went off by herself, and now I'm all alone. And honest, and told her I want to see my dad.
Dad.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, I need to go see him. So, sorry, Dee. I can't help you. I just don't have time.
Father.
Dee, is something wrong?
Father. Okay.
Father?
Did you remember something? Are you her father? That wouldn't make any sense.
I grew up in this house.
Father.
Oh. You're the one whose father died in front of you.
You okay?
Oh, bye, Dee.
Dee? Weird. Is he mad at me?
Who,
It's not my
Dee or your
fault.
dad?
I have to find Jessica. Here goes.
Okay, I think that sounded somebody like pounding meat or something downstairs. I keep hearing a hammering. I don't think that's knocking on a door. Sorry, I was just a little distracted. Some violence went down.
All right. I should be able to get into the mansion from here.
Dee. You don't have any you're acquaintances with Ashley, aren't you? Why do you not have the acquaintance line? Meeting Dee was one of the scariest things that ever happened to me. He just appeared in front of me, floating upside down and see-through. How could I not freak out? Apparently I'm the first person who's ever been able to see Dee, and he's really happy about that. As happy as ghosts can get anyway. He can't really remember anything except part of his name, and I guess that's why he hasn't been able to move on to heaven or whatever. He's been alone on this island for 57 years, and it's one of the saddest things I've ever heard. I'd love to help him recover his memories, but I have no idea how. Did you want to help? I thought you kind of wanted to focus on your thing. The demo ends once you enter the mansion. See, you're waiting to start the game since then. Fair. Did progress carry over? Or was it, did you have to start over? Not that it was super long. It did, yeah. Okay, that's good. I could have theoretically streamed that, but it kind of lined up perfectly for me to start this week. So, too bad Ace Attorney didn't line up as perfectly.
Huh? What's that sparkle?
I'm sure that sparkle's important, so I'm gonna ignore it right now and explore. I don't know why. Like, this doesn't seem like a type of game that there's much to explore. What am I gonna get? A heart container?
These are...
You couldn't see them from the gate
glasses.
behind you? Got Jessica's glasses. She is blind now.
That must mean Jessica made it here after all.
Of course, that's a very bad sign if her glasses are there. You don't just accidentally drop your glasses and, like, not realize it.
Another locked door. Now what? These are some intense door knockers.
Is that what those are? They don't look like door knockers to me.
Ashley.
See? So, this is where
Is
you
that
went.
when she became Superwoman?
What happened? You just up and disappeared. I thought you were mad at me.
Mad? Why would I be mad?
Because I said I couldn't help you.
Oh, no. I wasn't angry. What you said helped me remember something. That memory led me here.
Remember something? That's my only dialogue options, so I don't know why you're making me pick.
So what did you remember?
My father. I remembered a bit about him. It's been so long since I could remember anything at all. But then you spoke of wanting to see your dad. When I heard that, a few things suddenly came back to me. I know I was with my father when I first came to this mansion.
Then, were you a visitor here? Like me?
There's some sound in the apartment, it's weird.
Where were you and your dad from originally?
That... I don't know. Although, I'm starting to remember a little bit about my time at the mansion. I thought seeing the inside of it might jog my memory more. Can you open this
You're a
door?
ghost. Can you not just phase through the wall? You have no physical presence. A leaf went through you.
I can't. I already tried. It's locked. I was hoping to get inside so I can look for Jessica.
You mentioned this Jessica before. Who is she?
She's my aunt. She raised me. She may be in trouble somewhere inside. Wait.
Yeah.
Are you a ghost?
Thank
Can
you.
pass through walls?
Nope. I can't even wiggle the door knockers.
This makes sense. Why are they ghost proof?
I grew up in this house. Fortunately for us, I know the secret to these door knockers.
Can we stop talking about door knockers? It's kind of weird.
I just remembered what my father said about this door.
He told you something about this
This
door
door
specifically?
Yeah.
This
I
door in
remember now.
particular.
He said, I know the secret to these
That's
door
so helpful.
knockers. Ashley. If you can figure out the secret, we can get inside.
You want me to figure it out?
I was gonna say D is way taller than her, but no, I think D is just floating higher above the ground. D actually looks a lot smaller than her. D is probably was younger than her when he died. Okay, that's not working. Let me back. Puzzle door knockers, how ridiculously inconvenient. What, you don't lock your house with a puzzle? It's a very Leighton-esque thing to do. Oh wait, what is this? There's glasses on the ground in front of the mansion. They don't look broken, just small relief. I doubt examining them will tell me anything on these door knockers, so... Well, he mistyped. To be honest, I didn't even notice he mistyped it, so... My brain already auto-corrected it. Okay, like, I don't know what I'm looking for. But like, there's no reason that I fail to believe that you're just supposed to randomly figure it out without a clue anywhere. Oh, that's locked. Let me look up at... So there's like a silver one and a gold one, or is it like bronze? What do you say, Dee?
Hey, Dee, I know you have trouble remembering things, but does this remind you?
This reminds me of a puzzle.
Let's see. Oh, right.
Oh, was I just supposed to talk to you? Oh,
Let's get ourselves
I
inside.
noticed that earlier and forgot.
The secret to these door knockers.
Okay, so it looks like a right, left, both. I thought there was another right, wasn't there? There we go. Yeah, it was right, left, right, both. Okay.
Oh. Well, what do you know?
Let me in.
Jessica's gotta be somewhere inside. Dad too, I guess.
I mean, D basically gave it away when I talked to him and he showed the thing on the ground.
What's wrong, Dee?
I've waited for this moment for so long.
Okay, we'll do it. Why do you want to wait longer? Just go.
Pardon?
Whoever heard of a nervous
Casper the nervous ghost. Yeah, bro, you don't have nerves. How are you nervous?
You're the least scared ghost I've ever
You only met one.
Hey, Dee. How about we team up?
Wow, you warmed up to D very quickly.
Back. And in return, will you help me find Jessica?
Yes, that's fair.
Then into the mansion we go. What could scare the two of us together?
Right.
Can't believe I've made friends with a ghost. What a day.
Wow.
We're friends?
Aren't we?
You're right. Friends it is.
I really hope there's a plot
Glad to
twist
hear it.
and D doesn't actually exist
Come on,
and she's
D.
just having hallucinations. Well, have a good night, Dark Data.
I made
Thanks for
friends.
stopping by. Okay, save. Yes, let's save. I don't think there's an issue with this game with having to stagger your saves. I don't see why I would want to. Chapter 2, Lawrence's Mansion. Hello? Oh, this definitely looks like a Resident Evil style mansion. The double staircases.
Jessica?
Oh, I skipped. Can you hear me? Oops.
Come on, Jessica. I guess no one's here. But Jessica's got to be around here somewhere. She's probably with Dad.
Sure. Without her glasses.
Wait, Dee?
Foyer. Okay, already this room is obnoxious. Why would you want to live? I guess it's show off, but why would you want to live in a place where the first room into your house, every time you have to walk in, it's just this obnoxiously big 2 sets of stairs? I guess it's convenient depending on which side you want to go. Nowhere to sit. Nowhere to put a coat or shoes. Like, I guess you probably had like a servant to take their coat, but still, this is obnoxiously huge. There is no situation where I would want a room like this. Something totally sinister happened with her. Probably. Okay, there's a lot of choices on where to go, I think. I'm sure doors are locked and stuff, so I shouldn't put too much thought. I'm just curious. I want to check where all the doors are. There's 3 doors down there, outside of the entrance. 1, 2 doors up top.
What a huge painting. Do you remember something about him?
Oh, big brain. Welcome. Is that all? Is that all you remembered? Please. That's hilarious. Why did we have to flash back for that? Also, the window behind his head looks like it's like thinking, like it's like a spinning wheel loading. You mean like the summary of their staircases? I think the staircases are excessive. I think this entire room is excessive and I hate it. Like, if you go into the house, you have to walk through this massive room just to get somewhere to sit down. I guess you can sit on the stairs, but for the symmetry of the staircase. Nah, I just hate this entire room. I want a living room that I walk into or something.
There's a name.
Welcome.
Lawrence Edward.
Patriarch.
So this is the guy that
Is
owned
this
this place.
Yakuza now?
Ashley, this man? He's my great-grandfather.
Since when do you, like, was that entire memory of just an old guy saying welcome all you needed to know? Oh, that's my great-grandfather.
So you're part of the family that owned this house?
Oh, you're a
The
stinking
Edwards?
rich. I don't want to work with you.
Did you used to live here?
No, I came here with my father to visit my great-grandfather. He was very ill. And
And then he died. Then someone played sad piano.
that song.
Huh?
That's right. When we arrived,
Flashback. Welcome back. Wonderful.
I heard someone playing the loveliest song on the piano.
You were close. I
Piano?
barely touched Snap on the NSO. I need to go back and play it on the NSO. I haven't played Pokemon Snap in a long time, aside from New Snap when it came out.
Let's look around and see if we can find one. I'll come with you.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, now you're just light ball mode. Oops. One flower panels for base. What'd I miss? His face is cool. The patterns really grab your attention. Oh. Okay. It's kind of decorative plate, I guess. Too dirty to tell what's going on. I don't know. I love that half his memories are just somebody saying a single line and suddenly he remembers everything. Okay, we're going to start systematically. We'll start with this door. We'll start with the first floor and we'll go clockwise from the entrance. Cool.
Jessica.
Didn't expect that to work. Honestly, I think all the first floor doors are going to be locked.
No good, huh?
Because they expected me to go to the top floor to examine that painting. But I'm doing it systematically. Nope. Oh, there's one that works. But there are a lot of locked doors. I would expect so. Otherwise, this... Like, this is a linear narrative story. I would expect it kind of wants you to go in a certain order through the place. Gonna find keys and go to open up other doors.
It's a piano.
Though maybe some doors you just won't ever go through. And they're just to make it look like a full place. Okay, this room's a little better. There are at least chairs. What is that? Is that an origami? Why am I... Oh, Lawrence. Cool. Oh, we're friends now. Yay. Dee's great-grandfather, the owner of the mansion. Dee came to the sign of his father to visit the man when he got sick. This man when he got sick. Only seen him in painting, but he looked a little scary. Like getting a portrait painted. Why do you look so angry about it? Why didn't the artist ask him to smile? Because it was a serious painting. Also, there's dots of new stuff on these all. Just when I was about to give up opening the door to the mansion, Dee appeared again. It seems like maybe being around me helps his memories come back. That's how I got past the door. As we were talking, he suddenly remembered coming to this island with his father. After that, we were able to figure out the door knockers and get inside. I'm not scared of Dee at all anymore. He's just a nice ghost that needs help, so I asked him to come along. I also didn't want to be alone, so having a friend is nice. A ghost friend. It's the coolest thing that's happened to me. Answer Lovely Chronicles 1 and how it showed relationships and characters. Yeah, no, I like that. And 1 isn't the only game that did that. I think 3 does that too. I know the DLC for 3 does. I think Torna did. I don't remember if Base 2 did. He's blue haired himself reminds me fair. Jessica disappeared after leaving the dock, and then I stumbled into a graveyard looking for her. Then, believe it or not, I met a ghost. His name is Dee. He sounds like he lost almost all his memories when he was alive. I didn't know what to say when he asked me to help him recover his memories, but he agreed to help me look for Jessica, so I decided to work with him. He must have been so lonely with no memories and no one to talk to for almost 60 years. Even I prefer to have someone around rather than being all alone. Even now, when that someone happens to be a ghost. Anyway, we were able to get into the mansion thanks to Dee remembering the secret of the door. I think we make a good team. Just remember 1 did it the most. And no, I think that's just a Xenoblade thing to have community trees or affinity trees. I was running after Jessica. When I got close to the mansion, I heard a scream. I'm sure it was her. Pushing my fears aside, I made it to the front door. That's where I found her favorite pair of glasses. Who has a favorite? I guess some people might have a favorite pair of glasses. I have 1 pair of glasses. That's what I can afford. Like, that's wild to me having a favorite pair of glasses. Why? What happened, Jessica? I can't be scared. I need to look for her. She's all the family I have left, and I love her. She has to be somewhere in this mansion. Oh, you love her. Nerd. In here, small spoiler, the DLC to 3 brings it back. Yeah, I know that. I know 3's DLC had it. Definitely have a favorite pair of glasses. Well, good for you affording multiple pairs of glasses. Dad was supposed to meet us at the dock, but he never showed. Who invites you to a weird island and doesn't show up? He probably just changed his mind about wanting to meet me. Jessica went on ahead, so I'm all alone, just waiting to be killed by falling rocks or something. And it's all Dad's fault. He's probably just hanging out in the mansion or something. jerk. I mean, his name is Richard. He's literally a dick. Okay. Given almost all this is voice acted, it's kind of nice to read those. Fireplace. Really nice fireplace. Now it's old and worn down. Get a pair of glasses whenever your prescription refreshes, but take good enough care my prescription changes so little reason. Yeah, see, Inheritance, you don't understand how quickly my eyes just deteriorate. Like, the jump between, for one, I don't get an eye exam. I get an eye exam every like year or two, and the change is so heavy that I would get a headache if I put on my previous glasses once I adjust to the new ones. Like, hair on the table smells like cigarettes. So I must have been here. Could it have been Dad? There's a key that might be important. It's an ashtray filled with cigarette butts. So many cigarettes. Is my dad a chain smoker or something? Your dad doesn't live here, I assume. Also butts. Did Dad forget this here?
Maybe.
Why do you assume everything here is your father's? Wonder if Dad smokes. But I really don't like the smell of cigarettes.
Oh, there's a key here. Wonder where I can
There's
use it.
big annoying E on it. E key. It is the E key. E key. I don't see a reason to investigate the key, but is there... What's that? There's something... Can I... Yeah, I can zoom. BE? Is that an E? I think that's BE. There's no way to like examine parts of it. Everyone got ignored. Oh, everyone died, so it would be just be him. Almost everyone, the rest ran away, according to what the captain said earlier. I mean, I don't think her dad was implied to be an Edward. I meant to examine, but actually I don't feel a need to examine the key.
Is this the piano you were talking about?
I think
D?
Hello.
Hello.
You must be the guest Papa told me about.
Franny.
Everyone is now part of Organization 13. That's implied he took up quarters here? I didn't think that was implied at any point. Just that he said to meet her here. Franny.
I remember, Ashley. The person playing the piano, it was Franny.
Did you just say Fran?
The person playing the piano, it was Franny.
Well, let me... Is it just Fran? Franny, it says there.
The person playing the piano, it was Franny.
I don't hear the Franny here, I just hear Fran. But it looks like it's Francisca. Case closed. Francisca Van Karma. Wait, did you say Franny? I talked over you. Hey, you say
Who's
Franny.
Franny?
A girl who used to live here.
She used to live here. Were you related?
I'm not sure. It was Franny who used to call me Dee. This house is where we first became friends.
Yeah? That's great.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
glad
probably
you
dead.
remembered something. Friends sound so sad.
Yeah. You're right.
I mean, do you have friends, Ashley? We haven't talked about that at all. There's a thick layer of dust on the keyboard. The music stand for holding sheet music. I don't see anything else. Oh, we got Franny's entry. Franny was Dee's friend. She lived in this mansion and was really good at the piano. She also nicknamed him Dee. I would love to have known her and heard her play music. I mean, you can meet somebody who plays piano. Ashley, that's not that outrageous. Like, I guess it'd be kind of weird to just intentionally try to find somebody that plays piano to be your friend, but like, it's still not that weird. Cat Francisco is also called Franny? Yeah. That's what I believe Larry calls her. But I also call her that sometimes. Because it's cute. Franny.
What's this?
It's an origami crane.
There, finally. Also, is that a QR code?
Origami?
Yeah, it's made of paper. My mom would make these for me all the time when I was a baby. I don't really remember myself, but Jessica told me about it.
Huh.
But I wonder who made this one. Is the DAS reacting?
Oh, does it respond to the biometrics of the crane? Now read notes left on the paper crane. Scan the note about daily life on the island by pointing the desk camera at the origami cranes found around the mansion. You can also read the notes from the messages menu on that pass. So it is a QR code. You didn't notice that it was a QR code? The first thing I noticed was like that looks like a QR code folded up. Which it is. Wow. That's gotta be new. QR codes weren't a thing in 2005, were they? They might have been. I guess maybe. No. I mean, I think they were. I think the 3DS used our QR codes, but the DS didn't. Original DS didn't have a camera. It was until DSi, and I mean, I guess it probably still existed, or like early thing. I don't know. I'm curious if that would have been in the original. What's this mean? You can read the notes that you scan the messages. What sort of messages are left behind in the origami cranes? QR codes were invented in 1994? Jeez, with what cameras? Camera phones didn't exist yet. Were you using just like... I mean, I guess camera phones existed. No, camera phones existed. They were just flip phones with cameras. But still, camera phones didn't have internet access. What was a QR code doing? What were you... I don't know. That's weird to me. First time at woodworking. A week has passed since... It's for labeling automobile parts on assembly line. Okay, no, that doesn't count then, because there's no way they would think to use that in a video game. A week has passed since my clumsy hands took up a saw and hammer, but I finally completed my new stool. Measurements may have been a little off, but it's not bad for first attempt. I'll take it to the cliff overlooking the sea next chance I get. Okay, so it's making that stool we sat on. It's a little wobbly. Maybe it's the ground that's uneven. Must be the ground that's uneven. Well, it's a nice feature. Sitting on the stool I built myself, looking out at the sea, my body rocking in time to the sounds of the waves. The wobbling will help me keep a rhythm. I don't ever notice after a while. I get used to it in no time, but I'm going too easy on it. I made the stool by hand, so maybe my judgment is clouded. What if Bill or someone sat on it? Would they have a different take? P.S. Sure, I worked on the stool in my spare time around developing the Another? That sounds weird. But the fact remains it took me an entire week to make a simple stool. In the realm of DIY, I'm clearly still a novice. Should the day come when I live with Ashley again, I have to really ramp up my woodworking skills. Woodworking skills are not a requirement of fatherhood. I'm pretty sure my dad could not I mean, he built some stuff. Like, he did build me a DDR dance pad, like a harder pad out of wood. But not like stools. You don't need... That's kind of unnecessary. Also, interestingly, another. This is another code. So I wonder what that is. Sounds like a new Take Kingdom Hearts enemy. The another. God, no, please don't give him ideas. 2002 is when QR use became widespread in Japan. Fair. Original another code came out in 2005, so maybe. Yeah, maybe. It would have been really new when they started development. Or even like became popular during development, so I guess so. I'm curious if it actually was, if that was added or if that was indeed part of this. Because now I'm starting to lean towards it must have been, because QR codes, while they exist still, they aren't novelties anymore. And games like this tend to do stuff that are more novel.
No good, huh?
I'm searching rooms, check out another. Okay, we have a key.
Something wrong? Jessica isn't here either. Where could she be?
Huh. We'll resume our how we were checking. So first this door. Nope.
No good.
Next, this door. Well, that's locked tight. The other one just said it wouldn't open, so that's just locked. Okay, that's a difference, I think. Let's check directly above, even though this is not going with the system I said. Okay, so it's the last door I checked. Cool. Can you play a DS original after you're done with this sometime? I mean, if Shell Shock Prime ever does his old versus new again, this would be an interesting one to do old versus new, because it seems like this is fairly heavily changed. Especially if the original was mostly still images. Also, oh wait! I am dumb. I have to use the key. Okay, so this is locked. Let's try... this is E key. I don't think this is here. Yeah, I think this is the east wing. I don't remember any of them saying an E on it, so I'm gonna guess that this way is east. Unless it's for west. Okay, it is east, I think.
Yes.
Most people who played the original are probably amazed in this remake. Maybe. Depends. Some people might prefer still image point and click.
Oh, it's a hallway. Looks like it leads to
Like,
the
for
rooms.
example, if they changed Trauma Center to be like this, I don't know if I would like that change. If you actually walked around the hospital and stuff. Or Ace Attorney. I think I like it more as a visual novel than I would actually walking around the crime scenes and having to interact with everything. So, like, I don't know. I don't know how fans of the original might feel. They might like the old way it was better, and some might like the changes. It might depend on people.
If only there was some way of knowing.
Because
where
I wouldn't
Jessica is.
describe this...
But I guess we'll just have to
I wouldn't
approach the
describe
rooms
this
one by one.
from what I'm playing as a point-and-click game, but the original was a point-and-click game. I would describe this as an adventure game. A narrative-drawn adventure game with puzzles. And so, if you just really like point-and-click games, this might not be as interesting to you. It's not, because it's not really point-and-click. Bird with a 3-leaf clover and beak adorns locked door.
No good, huh?
Good, it's locked up. Do you know what this room is? Sorry, I can't remember. That's the foyer. I just in the dark, but I like the pattern on this face. There's light here. You could carry it over here and look at it.
Franny.
Huh?
This was Franny's room.
Oh, wow. Really?
Ashley, open this door. I feel like I'm about to remember something.
Got it. But I wonder if it's...
You open it and there's a corpse that's been rotting for 50 years.
Yep.
Sorry, 57 years. Can't open it. Cool. Part of the gold sprout peak adorns the door. You know what room this is? No, I can't remember.
No.
It's locked, it won't open up. Run down the stairs. Granted, I don't think I want to play the original, and it's nothing as point and click. I think I'll be happy with. I'm happy with this version so far. And this is not the type of game I would often replay.
So many paintings. But no Jessica. Dee? Something up? Did you remember something?
Rags and paper outside, drawing supplies, suppose. A sorting shelf with extra rags and paper, nothing's useful. Okay. Oh, you want to examine that, so I want to... This is an art room. Oh, Franny did art then? No, this wasn't Franny's room. Never mind. There are a lot of canvases here and they're all faded. D, what's... Huh? What's he up to? He can't take his eyes off that portrait. Is that Franny? Is that your girlfriend? I mean, she's dead, but... Such a beautiful piece. It's all covered in spider webs. Sad, really. This holds an elaborate painting. I think I've seen these on TV, but this one's smaller than I've seen before. Really? That's pretty big. D, what's...
Hey.
Huh? I can't... I should just... It's an old sketch of a young girl on the easel.
What is it?
Want to see a picture that Papa drew?
That face looks so weird.
I'll show you, but it'll be our secret, okay, Dee?
It's Franny.
Huh?
Ashley, it's Franny.
What?
Uncle Henry drew this.
Uncle Henry?
Yeah. Franny's papa.
Franny's papa.
So Franny's dad is Henry, and the kid in this picture is Franny. But it's a little rough, so it's hard to be sure.
What was it? Franny's dad is Henry. In this picture from...
Franny grabbed my hand and pulled me into this room. She showed this to me and said that her dad was a great artist. She said she asked him to draw a picture of me, too. After that, we went into the yard.
Okay, well that
There was a
puppy's
puppy.
dead now.
Huh. Seeing Dee so happy, talking about his memories with Franny, it's a little, well, weird. Dee was with Franny, the girl in this old drawing. And that same boy is here with me.
Yeah, that
Right
is
now.
how the concept of a ghost. Canvas sits in the easel. It's a painting of a moonlit cove.
What a lovely painting. This may be my favorite room so
Oh, you
far.
like paintings?
But it feels somehow lonely. I can't put my finger on why. What did you remember?
I've seen this picture, but before it was finished, it used to be of the ocean in the afternoon light. But now, It's the ocean at nighttime. I wonder why it was changed.
Maybe the artist decided they didn't want it to be afternoon or whatever.
Dee, look.
What is it?
You can see the ocean. It's so pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jessica and I came here on a boat. Maybe you and your dad
Came by boat as well. Could be.
You'd have to, right?
Unless you flew.
When I first
Seemed
saw the
less
island
likely.
from the boat, I felt something.
What did you feel?
I didn't get it at the time, but I think I do now. At least a little.
What is it?
It's about meeting my dad. I just kept thinking, what do I do if he's
Kind
a
of is.
jerk?
But
Are you scared of that?
Maybe. A little.
is that the same? No, it's not the same view in that. What's this? Kind of like paint real artists use. So he still has some paint inside, but it's all hard and unusable. Oh. There's this notepad. There's a notepad on the dresser. This notepad looks new. I wonder if it's my dad's. What's written on it? 8:15. Bill is coming. Who's Bill?
Who?
No clue. Maybe a friend of my dad's? Something else written here too. Looks like some notes been jotted down here. Shopping list for Bill. Chocolate, potato chips. Mandling for cafe au lait. Apple soda. I don't know what mandling is. But it has to do with cafe au lait, I guess. My dad likes chocolate too. That's not that uncommon to... I mean, there are people who dislike chocolate, but I think proportionally more people like chocolate than dislike it, so why are you shocked? It is not uncommon to like chocolate. Man, her thoughts sometimes are like... Okay, wait, I have a new... Oh, wait, no, I have that message right. Update on... On Franny? Yeah. Franny was Dee's friend. She lived in this mansion, was really good at the piano. She also nicknamed him... No, I've seen this. Oh, I said that was new. Oh, it had the picture. It was updated. Scribbles. The drawing on the table. Huh.
This paper looks new. I wonder who the girl is. Maybe it's Franny?
No. I don't think so. This girl, she looks a little like you.
Huh? Wait. It couldn't be. Did my dad draw this picture of me?
I mean, the implications are starting to come in that he stayed here for at least a while.
Wrong? Aren't you happy?
Recently.
Does he think I look like this? Well, it's not very accurate. Oh no.
What is it?
What if Dad doesn't even recognize me?
Sure, it's not like, I don't know, your mom or something. Some chocolate on a silver plate. Partially eaten, but by who? I feel like I've seen this before. Chocolate's been sitting here for that long? No, the silver plate was, someone treasured it. No good, I can't remember. Okay. Your dad was probably eating the chocolate, so I don't know why you're so surprised. Old bag? Hey, old bag reference. There's a document in the bag. What's this paper?
This?
Research into another. Authors Richard Robbins and Sayoko Robbins. Mandling is most likely the coffee named after this Sumatran ethnic group that cultivated it. It's essentially a fancy coffee that is supposedly syrupy in body with hints of chocolate and brown sugar. Okay, so it's a specific coffee they wanted for the cafe au lait. This is the research paper my parents wrote. Just the cover page, though. So I must have taken the rest of the pages, but why? Got research paper cover. Wow. Anything else? No. Okay, there was something else you could respond to. I think. Wasn't there? No. Never mind. It was just that table on here. And I guess over here. It was coffee. I thought it was the fancy coffee. I don't know what that emote is that you did. It's very tiny on my end. Oh, is it the fancy poop coffee? The civet or whatever. The coffee that's pooped out of I don't remember. No. Pooped out of an animal. Kopi Luwak. It's civet coffee. Yep. Yeah. I don't even like coffee, so I obviously poop coffee doesn't appeal to me any more than regular coffee does. Poop chocolate, on the other hand, also doesn't appeal to me more than regular chocolate, but I don't know, I feel like it's not sanitary, but I know it probably is, but like, 'cause it's like clean. No one's used this bucket in ages, it's all rusted. So many books, pretty impressive someone read them all. If anyone read them all. Nobody read them all. Nobody has that many books and read them all. Several books on the desk. The drawer is empty. What about this? Oops, this drawer. It's an old album full of photos. Look at that photograph. July 1924. The two play in the yard. Masters Henry and Thomas are growing up in good health. Practically inseparable, they make quite the pair. Master Henry is a kind-hearted big brother always looking after young Mr. Thomas. August 1932, the two play in a sports tournament. Those are very modern look. I don't know, maybe they've always looked that modern, or just look like that, jerseys or whatever. Master Henry, so wise and strong. Mr. Thomas, sweet and honest. Wait, why did Thomas honest? Are you trying to ruin? The sound of laughter is ever present around these bright and exuberant boys. Sure, Mr. Edwards is indescribably proud of their growth. September 1934, portraits of the two. While Master Henry pursues art, Master Thomas aims to be a writer. The pair have grown into fine young men, and Mr. Edwards is truly hoping from the bottom of his heart that they achieve the lives they so desire. Some silver tableware in the drawer. Wow, is this real silver? These must be antiques or something. That plate.
Oh.
What is it, D?
D?
Can't be sure, but I feel this plate is somehow precious. Precious? I mean, if it's made out of silver, it is pretty precious. Drawer is empty. Okay, there was lore, but I didn't... Oh, dust lamp. Just yeah, that's desk lamp. Yeah, there's lore, but I didn't get anything out of it. I think I did all the books. Yeah. A teapot and teacup on the table. Huh. What's wrong, D?
D?
I feel like I've seen this cup before. Wine glasses, teacups, and dishes. It's also pretty. It's a sturdy looking safe. A safe this sturdy. It's gotta be protecting something important. Do you think you can get it open? Let's see. Nope, it's locked tight. Well, I hope there's a clue somewhere around here. I feel like I'm so close to remembering something. Let me interact. It's a portrait on the wall.
Who's this?
Big brain! Brain blast!
You mustn't enter my quarters at your whim.
Did we need that?
Something the matter?
I just remembered something. This was Wells's room.
Wells?
He was the butler of this mansion. He found me in here once and said to me, "Butlers safeguard all manner of important items for the people of their houses. So you mustn't enter my quarters at your whim."
I wonder what sort of important items he was looking after.
Oh, it was keys. Wells held every key for the mansion.
They might be helpful for finding Jessica. Let's look around for them.
Okay. Total empty wardrobe. No lion, witch, or lion or witch in that wardrobe. He figures the butler's bed is made perfectly. It's not even wrinkled. But he's dead. Why is it still made fine? This book's bedtime reading. Gotta be something here. Oh, guess not. Okay, what do we have updated? Wells. I'm sure Wells, with his organization Natural Cleanliness, was a great butler. It also seems like he was a kind person who treated Dee just as well as the adults. Must have been a lot of work to take care of a house as big as this one, though. It also seems like Wells was pretty careful who came to his room. Maybe because he had keys to the rest of the rooms in there. He was a devoted guy. What does that say? Employment. Cool. Is there anything interesting on like the back of the cover? Oh, I didn't mean to rotate that way. No. Oh, wait. Oh, pretty. Wells cherished these, kept them polished so you can see your reflections. Now this is tarnished. It's kind of sad. That's strange.
That's weird.
What is? There were 4 plates last time I saw them. It's important to keep all the plates together. I remember Wells saying that. 4 important plates, huh? Okay, well there's one in this drawer. Are you gonna let me take it now? Look at this plate. Alright, there's one of Wells' silver plates. Put it back where it belongs. I gotta get the one with the chocolate on it too. Can be used here? Why?
All right.
Keeping together so important to find them. I'm sure Wells would appreciate that. Oh, we only have 1, so I guess we gotta come back when we get all the other 3.
Ashley.
Maybe? Unless it wanted me to place the first one. It's gotta be in order they gotta be placed though too, so. It's locked on the door. Does this lead to the room with the piano in it? Oh, I can't unlock. I can unlock it. Door unlocked. Okay, that's the drawing room. Back into art studio. Let's see if it lets us grab that plate now. Hey D, check out this plate. Oh yeah, it's a piece of the tableware that Wells left. Put it back where it belongs. There's something. Picture left into the silver plate.
This is...
It's baby you and your mom.
That's... She's...
Brain blast!
Hurry, Ashley. Hide.
Right. I remember who said that. It was Mom.
The woman in the photo is your mother? That must mean the baby is...
Yeah. It's me. This must be Dad's photo.
Photo of Mom. Okay, we need another plate. Also, we have... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to examine. Do these have anything on them that... No, not really. For me, Mom when I was a baby, she was so pretty, she had a gentle expression, just like saw in my dreams, I'll never forget her face again. Oh, I can't rotate that. Okay. I mean, I have 2 plates. Do I have access to a third plate? I don't remember seeing a third plate. We're gonna pass here, no luck, it won't open.
Huh?
These both have identical images, or all 3 of these have identical images. Was there one in the room with the piano, maybe? The drawing room. Let's check. Oh. You can't tell what's on here. Looks like my landscape's so dirty it's hard to tell. Oh, it's a dirty decorative plate, but not the right one, I guess. Our plant is really cute, so many little flowers. Yeah, that doesn't look like that's a plate that I need. Let me upstairs. There we go. Why is there a new... Oh, Sayoko. We did have an image. I think it's all different. Wait. There on the table smells like cigarettes. There's an ashtray filled with cigarette butts. There's something about this ashtray. What about it? Try brushing it off. Sure, okay. Brushing away the cigarette butts and ashes reveal a beautiful bird and relief. Wow, what's this?
Oh.
I thought so. The ashtray is from the butler's room. Flying bird. Okay, we got all the plates. Time to go plate it up. Better hurry or we'll be plate. The 4 plates.
All right.
Keeping them together is so important. Let's line these up. I'm sure Wells would appreciate that. Goblet. Glass. Silver stemware with flowers on it. Shame such a pretty thing was left to get all dusty. Silver goblet with a crest on it. It's a pretty cool goblet. Silver stemware with flowers on it. It's really nice, but so dusty. Silver tableware on the shelf. The shelf with the plate is the only one that is level. I don't. Flying bird. Wait, pedestal getting down. It must be some sort of mechanism. Maybe order doesn't matter. Though the weight looks like it might have, because one was bigger.
What? This was some sort of puzzle all along?
Look, there's something in there.
Is that like a tube of like Pillsbury dough? I wonder what's inside. Rolled up paper. Oh. Oh, I see. What's this? Is this a map of the mansion? Huh. There's something written on the space for this room. Excuse me? Oh, press L on the map. Should make notes of the interesting things I find. There's the combination. R11, L2, R6, L18. 11, 2, 6, 18. 11, 2, 6, 18.
Hey.
11, 2, 6, 18.
No.
I did too much. Do I just go around again? $11 2 6 18. There we go. This probably was a lot better with the touchscreen, to be honest.
Got it! The safe is unlocked.
Well done, Ashley.
Okay, let's see what we have here.
A book.
This is...
Yes,
2 keys.
a key.
Oh.
2 keys, as a matter of fact. Now we can get into those locked rooms.
Got flower key. Got 3-leaf clover key.
What's this notebook?
Wells must have written it.
We finally learned of Master Leonard's whereabouts, but it was too late. He had already succumbed to the epidemic. It has been decided that Mr. Edward will take in the 2 children he left behind. Also, it's Leonard's, not Leonard, sorry. Mr. Edward has ordered new rooms to be prepared for the young children. He calls the rooms the Golden Bird Room and the Silver Bird Room. Wow, screw the kid that got the silver one. The 2 boys have long since outgrown me. They are now strapping young men. Masters Thomas and Henry have entered the same university. Master Henry is so wise and strong. Master Thomas sweet and honest. I'm sure Mr. Edward is indescribably proud of their growth. Now there is no longer a concern about finding a successor. Masters Henry and Thomas both marry. The dreaded day has finally come. Masters Henry and Thomas are both beheaded. I almost said they're both beheaded. Are both headed to the battlefield. Not much better. The war has intensified, and both the young men were called to the front lines. When I think about how Mr. Edward must feel, I'm speechless. I can only pray for their safety. I wasn't really looking at the years. So 1916, adopted the kids. It doesn't say how old they are. 14 years later, they're in university. 6 years later, which is 20 years from the original date, is when they get married. And then 7 years later, they go off to war. Oh, and how many years later is that? That is, that's a long entry. 2 years later. The long-awaited day has arrived. Both young masters have come home. The joy I feel to have them return alive is unparalleled. They return, however, bearing grave wounds to both body and soul. Master Henry locks himself in the art studio, gazing endlessly at the pieces he once painted. He even struggles with daily matters such as eating. Mr. Edward has cleanly observed that help is needed and has arranged for Henry to stay on the island with his family. After staying with us for several days, Master Thomas returned to his home on the mainland. He conducted himself with his customary positive manner, but I could sense something like a dark cloud in his countenance. I cannot possibly understand their feelings, but I pray they can rest and become well soon. Feel for the butler. And how many years? Year later, Mr. Edward prepared his last will and testament. 6, okay. 2 years later, Mr. Edward has taken ill. These are really short entries that you write once every couple of years. What have I done? If only I had written that letter and called them to the island. But no matter how I repent, those days will never return. It's all my doing. The fault is mine alone. Perhaps one day a descendant of the Edward family will return. Should that happen, I'll leave a set of blueprints in my drawer. Hope they are found and provide some use. I pray that the souls of Mr. Edward and the others rest peacefully for eternity. Okay, so I take it he invited the 2 sons to the island, and they got the illness and died along with the father. I assume? I don't know, they talked like it was some accident, but maybe not. So, but they had wives, and he's talking about descendants. So maybe Ashley is descended from them? I mean, she could have a different last name if they had, like, one of them had a daughter or somewhere about that. Yeah, so could be married in. That's my guess. Like something fishy went on, I'm not sure what. It sounds like he wrote a letter, called them to the island, and they got the illness that their stepfather had, or adopted father, sorry.
This Mr. Edward must have been your great-grandfather, Dee.
You're probably right.
Henry and Thomas.
Wait. I mean, okay, Dee might just be the descendant they were talking about, but I kind of assumed because Ashley's dad went here that their family's from the bloodline, and that would mean Dee would be Ashley's, I was going to say ancestor, but Dee seemed to have died as a child, but still could be related.
If they were brothers and they were Lawrence's grandchildren... Dee? You alright?
Brain blast!
Henry, enough already.
What are you trying to say, Thomas?
Also sounds like they got PTSD from the war. Especially Henry.
I just remembered something. Back then, Uncle Henry called my father Thomas.
Okay, your dad, you were the son of Thomas. Henry had the worst of the PTSD, it seems, but Henry still was married. So it could be that Ashley is a descendant of Henry. And Thomas and his young son died. And yeah, I'm up to only the next chapter after this. Fair. I'm just theorizing. This is a mystery game, so I'm gonna theorize a little at least.
Thomas? Your father's name is Thomas! Dee, that's great! You remembered your dad! Franny's father is Henry. Dee's father.
Oh yeah,
is
Franny was
Thomas.
Henry's daughter, they said. So Franny and Dee were cousins then. So much for me, trying to mentally ship them. Now that's gross. They were friends, but they were also cousins. Franny, they didn't say what happened to Franny, so Franny could still be Ashley's ancestor. Does his dad change his name at some point? He wouldn't have had to. If Ashley's, for example, if her dad's mother was from the Edwards family, then the last name would have changed, and they'd still be descendants of the Edwards family.
And Henry and Thomas were brothers. They died on this island in the same year.
Yeah, and I saw those 3 graves I saw that had the years were Master what? What was Mr. Edward? They didn't say the first name, I don't think. And then Henry and Thomas. Those are the 3 graves. Yeah, she's dead. Oh, through the mother, possibly. Yeah, no, I'm thinking that. I don't think they probably changed the name. Probably discovered it, that he had relation to this.
I wonder what happened.
But he might have discovered it a while back when she was 3 and he left. But I don't know why he left still.
Dee looks so upset. He's
But it
probably
sounds
wondering
like it
the
has
same
something
thing.
to do with the another, whatever that is. I'm assuming the plot's gonna get a little crazy. So, there's some stuff it's probably gonna be too left field for me to, guess. I'm just trying to put together the information I have. I thought there was a TV for a second. I was like, what? Why is there a TV here? Yeah, some type of connection to this island? Yeah, I mean, I think it ties back to another, whatever that is, or the another. Henry's father died when he was little, so he grew up in this mansion with Thomas. In his journal, Wells wrote that Henry was wise and strong, and Henry was also a super talented artist. I'll bet Franny was proud to have him as his father. Yeah, and Franny did art too, because... No, she played piano. Maybe she also did art? So yeah, Henry was Franny's parent. Thomas was Dee's parent. It's friends, but they're also cousins then, so... Thomas's father died when he was little, and he grew up in the mansion with Henry. Reading Wells' journal helped Dee remember that Thomas was his father. He didn't seem very happy with his memory, though. In his journal, Wells wrote that Thomas was sweet and honest. I get that was true when he was a kid. When he didn't live in the mansion anymore and his grandfather got sick, he brought Dee to visit. I guess the sweet part of him never changed. But the honest part did? Is that the implication? Okay. Oh! Okay, so Leonard was Lawrence's son. I thought they were adopted kids of Lawrence, but no, that was the grandchildren when Leonard disappeared. Thomas and Henry's father. Wells wrote in his journal that Leonard died of an illness. He must have felt terrible leaving his kids orphaned when they were so little. Wells also mentioned that they finally learned of his whereabouts. I guess Leonard left the island at some point and didn't tell them where he was going. I don't know what happened with Leonard, but it seems like Lawrence took his sons in and raised them well, so I'm glad for that. Okay. So, Lawrence employed Wells, and then, as his butler. Lawrence had a son, Leonard. Leonard had 2 sons, Henry and Thomas. And Thomas, I like saying. And then Leonard fucked off and got sick and died. Lawrence raised Henry and Thomas. They grew up. Henry, and they both got married. Henry had a daughter, Franny. Thomas had a son, D. And then Henry and Thomas went to war. PTSD, blah, blah, blah. Came back, brought D. Or Thomas, came back. Thomas went and lived on the mainland. Thomas came back with D because Lawrence wasn't doing well. D became friends with his cousin Franny. Then illness killed Lawrence, Henry, and Thomas. And something killed D. I feel like it's not illness, but it might have been. Might have been illness. I don't know what happened to Franny, though. We have no implications that Franny died. So I think it's still possible Franny might be... Yeah, if Franny... I didn't think about the years, but I think this matches up right. Franny could be Richard's mother if she survived and left and got married and then took the last name. Did we see what Robbins of her husband? And then Richard got married to, is it Syoko? Yeah, Syoko. And had, no, she's his daughter, not daughter, sister, so she'd also be, it's gonna be weird having a line in that direction if that's true. I'm just theorizing. Lawrence is the grandfather, Leonard is the father. Oh, yeah, I'm just theorizing, trying to put together what I know and then filling in gaps with what I think. Okay, so got the flower key and the three-leaf clover key. Okay, I think we're done in the butler's room.
Hey.
Let's use the key we got from the safe to get into Franny's room. Right, her room is on the 2nd floor, isn't it? This is interesting. I don't think I've really played a game that's quite as much of a mystery game as this. Like, I played, like, for example, Oxenfree, which was kind of mystery, but that went... I mean, I could tell this is probably going to go into the supernatural without. Oxenfree was hard to put things together. It wasn't really giving you clues. It was just doing, like, wild stuff. And, like, Ace Attorney doesn't really follow mystery rules well. Like, you can predict stuff, but it doesn't really give good clues. Similarly, Clover. Similarly, the Zero Escape series does not properly write it in like following the rules of a mystery story. They even make a joke about that, I think, in Virtue's Last Reward bonus gold files, that it breaks the rules of that, so you can't actually really deduce what happened. It's kind of you're along for the ride. So far, this feels like you're not just along for the ride, you're actually given clues to piece things together. So far. Yeah, I appreciate good mystery, Dragon. I just can't think of many games quite like that I've done. But I mean, it's popular within the genre point and click to have mysteries. Like, yeah, we can't think of it.
Does this spark
Does this spark any more? Is that like anything sparking joy? Does it spark joy?
This is... Yes. Ashley.
Brain blast?
I remember something.
No.
This room belonged to Franny's parents.
Franny's parents. So... Henry... Yeah, Henry and question mark. Oh, that's a nice room. I was gonna be like, they shared like one room in this entire mansion, but like, no, this is a nice room. This is plenty of space for two people. This is like an apartment size. This room. You can get an apartment for this size. And they still have the whole rest of the mansion that is shared space. Ready to put it back on. Oh, you actually sit on a big chair in front of the fireplace, like in a movie. Bottle's glass are all covered in dust. I wonder if the stuff inside is okay to drink. Don't! Like, if it's high enough alcohol content, it might be, but you should not. Also, you're 14. You shouldn't be drinking alcohol. It's not good. Nobody should. It's poison, but, like, you especially shouldn't. But, it might be good. I wouldn't test it. Especially if it's been opened. Brain Blast from Jimmy Neutron. Brain Blast is from Jimmy Neutron, but every time that he remembers something, they're usually looking at a picture of somebody. And the way it blurs, it makes the top of their head look like it's like growing. And it makes me think of Brain Blast. There's an open letter besides the book and the table. The letter's all crumpled up. It must have been made someone angry. I wouldn't want to be that letter. Let's see what it says. You've gone and upset a lot of people with this. The workers here just don't get it, and neither do I. We put our blood, sweat, and tears into working Lawrence's mine around the clock. When are we getting a return? Fired, the lot of us, and kicked off the island. The old president would have at least tried to work something out with us, like always. Now this new guy gets to stroll in and shut us down with a single sheet of paper. We would like to sit down with the new president, or at least own an explanation. Robert Martin, worker representative. Okay. Letter from the people who are working in the mine. Who's this new president? I have no idea.
No.
It's funny. Next time it Brain Blast, you should look at it. This TV is ancient. I've never seen one like this. Assuming it does again. That'd be funny if it never Brain Blasts again. With an image of a face, at least. Wonder if they all sat together and watched TV here. So they did have... Oh yeah, this is old-timey TV. This is, when there were those big boxes. Oh, I don't want to see that again. Do I have to scroll it down? I do. Man. My grandfather had a TV that was kind of like this. Not quite as big, but it was still pretty big. It had a large cabinet like that. And Carlos in Zero Time Dilemma. What reminds you of Carlos? Oh, I don't know. What reminds you of Carlos? A lot of books in here, so they all look complicated. They all look complicated and boring. The picture this big, you don't have to refill the water as often. Someone in the middle of this book? I wonder how long it's been sitting here. It's like time has just stopped in this place for decades. So me once comparing him with that So Raven. Oh yeah, his into the eye. It's a dresser with a three-sided mirror. Oh, can I only open the center drawer? I guess only the center drawer. Woman doll.
There's a doll.
Kind of Brain Blast, but there's no face.
D, look at this doll.
Look at this doll.
D,
look at this doll. This might do the Brain Blast when it zooms back. Kinda, a little. Yeah, there it goes.
This doll's made of wood. I think it's a woman.
Glad you
What was
remembered
supposed to
Franny
be?
just saying, Dee, look at this doll.
I just remembered something.
What's that?
Franny made this
Look at
doll.
this doll. I made
Wow,
it.
she made this herself? Impressive.
This doll must be Franny's mother.
Doll of a woman. Wait, that's her mother? Her mother turned it was Franny turned her mom into a doll? Is this just Sabrina from Pokemon anime? Really scared a piece of memory. Is this a letter? Dear Henry, this is farewell. Having lost not only your beloved grandfather, but others so dear to you in such a short time, I'm sure you're consumed by a grief deeper than I can understand. look at this doll. I don't know why that was so funny the way it sounded. Please don't be Sabrina. Sabrina's great. She was also awful. So, she was also like canonically awful. And that's not even getting into the manga where Sabrina was like actually evil, but also the Elite Four was evil in the manga. I believe that Franny and I could heal your heart, but you have changed since sealing yourself off in the Silver Bird Room. I saw how you threw the sprout key into the fountain. You spent every day confined to your room, lost in a bottle of alcohol and terrified of an unseen force. You seem to have lost your will to live. Even Franny is frightened by how long it's been since you picked up a pencil and paintbrush. And yet, you still refuse to leave the room. I can no longer see your heart, Henry. I'm taking Franny and leaving the island. I'll never forget how deeply I loved you. Marie. Oh, Maria. Marie for all of my Persona 5 Tactica heads out there. Okay. So I'm piecing together more. So that's how a descendant of the Edward family would have survived. Franny. So Marie took her daughter Franny and left because Henry changed so much from the PTSD from the war. Okay. I'm picking up what's putting down. This letter's actually sad. It is sad. I mean, it's awful. And this is like a realistic thing. Like, people are heavily changed by stuff like war and not in a good way. And especially back then, they wouldn't have even had any good resources for veterans. But they still don't have a lot of good resources for veterans. And like the changes can absolutely destroy families. And it's not like it sounds like Marie did what she could, but he was becoming dangerous probably to their daughter, and she made a choice she had to. Flames of rebellion are being fueled by how often you bring up Marie Anton. I mean, listen, Inheritance, in that case I'm doing you a favor and awakening your persona, so you're welcome. Who knows if Marie remarried? I have to read it as Marie now. I can't help it, unfortunately. That is canonically how that name sounds now. Mama.
Oh. Why do you look so sad?
Well, this is a goodbye letter. I don't know what happened between her mom and dad, but I'm sure Franny wanted them all to stay together.
Yeah, it's probably reasonable that a 14-year-old girl might not understand the subtext that PTSD was happening.
That's why I'm sad.
So it's sad either way. Did I read the name Mari? You want read it as Mary? A lot of trouble with that at your job. No, I definitely like. I see the similarities. I definitely can separate Mary and Marie. I think when I was younger, I had that problem, but I don't know. Over time, I kind of just learned the difference. I don't get them confused anymore. But I do now get Marie confused with Marie. But also I want to think of Shadow the Hedgehog, Maria. Okay, so this is the Edward family now. This updated this to say this was the Edward family, even though that was all very obvious. Check Marie. Letter we found in Franny's parents' room was a farewell from Marie to Henry. I guess Henry changed a lot after Lawrence died, and Marie couldn't help him feel any better. But I think she left for Franny's sake, to get her away from this island. But it must have been hard for this family that all loved each other to be separated like that. It changed after Lawrence died? It sounded like though he went to war and he came back changed. But maybe it wasn't even the PTSD from the war. Maybe it was just grief. That also changes people. And that is something that some people need to even go to therapy for, which is not a problem. I went to grief therapy after losing my dad. I thought it was important that I don't let it change me too heavily in a negative way. Okay, this is the Edward family. I still think there's a relation over here, but it's possible not. They isolated Edward. And again, these are just the people. Anywhere descended wouldn't be Edward if they are Franny's children and she took her husband's last name. And they're updated to represent the Edwards. Trying to think of Splatoon, Callie and Marie. You see, no, that confuses me more though with Splatoon, because I would think Callie and Mary, like calamari. Like, yeah, it's Mari, not Mary, but that's closer than Marie. It's not Callie Murray. Like, that is, if anything, always confused me. I had to mentally think about it with Splatoon, because my brain would assume Callie and Mary. They'll stare at see soon. I'm sure I will. I'm piecing together what's getting put down, and there's definitely parts I'm not piecing together, but it'll all come together. Empty. They just pack everything up when they left the island? You didn't think of it that way? No, that always threw me for a loop, Dragon. It took me a long time to remember her name is Marie, because it didn't make sense to me as the pun. I want to investigate this. Oops. I keep using the right stick trying to... Okay, nothing interesting here. Okay. Bed. This bed is huge. There's easily room for 2 adult-sized people to share. That takes the cake is the dumbest thing I've seen this girl say. For one, who says there's room for 2 adult-sized people? Who words it like that, for one? And for 2, that they are a married couple. That is yes, 2 adult-sized people often share a bed when they're married. Not always, but often. Why is that shocking to you, girl? That's like, that was worded like an alien was like trying to like interact with people. This bed is huge. It's big enough for 2 adult-sized people to sleep in it. 2 adult-sized people. Who uses adult-sized people? Say adults. I'm sorry, I don't mean to roast you, Ashley. That was extra. You could just, yeah, exactly, Dragon. You could just say adults. It'd still be a weird sentence, but it'd be a slightly less weird sentence. I can't think of a weirder... The only way she could have weirded that sentence any differently is to say adult-sized humans. Yes, this bed seems to be able to bear the weight of 2.73 average adult-sized people. inheritance. I mean, I guess that is a little weirder, but I don't. That'd be strange in a whole different direction because I don't know how a 14-year-old could eyeball a bed and be like, this could bear the weight of this much. I think the description is supposed to be before she realized she knew Henry and his wife stayed there. Or Dee announced that when they came in. No, right when we came in, it said that it was where Franny's parents stayed. Like when we entered the room, they said must have been where this was the room Franny's parents stayed in. So there's no way to interact that bed without knowing that. But also, even if she hadn't known, that's a weird thing to say. This bed is big enough for 2 adult-sized people. It's not that shot. It was just weird. It was just weirdly written. I feel like that was maybe a localization thing, though it baffles me that a localization person would have written like that, but I can't see a reason why they felt it was necessary to be worded like that. I don't know. That just threw me for a loop. Okay, let's see Franny's room. Flower key?
Yes, it opened. Now we can look in Franny's room. Maybe you'll remember something else, Dee.
Have you been in Franny's room? Why are you in why are you in the girls' room? Like, that's our private space. Susato's like, it's full of her bittersweet secrets. Uh-oh, that teddy bear looks sus. Oh, bye, Dee.
Huh? Dee?
I know Dark Data said it reminded. I think it was Dark Data said it reminded the Navy, but that like kind of reminds me of Aerie from Bravely Default. I don't know why. Does Aerie actually turn into a ball of light like that? That's what it reminds me of. Every time I see it, I just think of Aerie. There's an origami crane to find in like every room that you're supposed to scan. Oh, I missed a lot then. But also, that makes me feel like I'm pretty far in the game because there's only like 18 cranes.
This is where we'd play together.
So I wouldn't say you're probably supposed to span a dragon. It's probably just extra lore. Box full of building blocks. What sort of shapes in here? Were these Frannies? Saw something beneath all the blocks? I think one of the blocks is strange. I thought I saw something. Your eyes playing tricks on you? No way, I definitely saw it. Take another look inside the box. No, I'm actually gonna go check the other rooms real quick, see if I can find origami. Which I'm not too surprised that Dee didn't know what origami is. Like 1940s US white boy, why would you know what origami is? These might be hidden pretty well. That's optional lore. Oh, hello. I might need it for a different angle. No, the angle's fine. Thoughts my father as a father. Wait. Reverse camera? I could take selfies! Cute! I'm not taking one there, though. That's an awful spot for a selfie. I should have taken a selfie over one of the graves. That would have been messed up. Okay, so I'll look at that in a minute. I want to try to grab the other ones because that was number 5, and I'm wondering if they were in order that I'd be going through the rooms. No poses for selfies, though. I mean, I wouldn't expect Ashley to pose for a selfie. She looks just a tad bit emo. Like, it's enough of a stretch that she would take a selfie. Like, I would have, in my emo teenage years, I probably wouldn't have taken a selfie, but if I did, it would have... Is this a spare easel? I would have not posed. The spirit easel looks even more cobwebbed than the other stuff. I never actually went back here, but let's look if there's anything here unless the... Yeah, there it is. I kind of wish the game straight up said that there was one in every room or almost every room or something. I didn't think they were going to be like hidden like that because the first one was kind of out in the open. Where does this go? Oh yeah, this is locked, isn't it? Okay, so this is the butler's room, right? Yeah. Not that bucket. Anything up there? No. There it is. Ah, wrong button. Not even that hard to find so far. I feel like, how'd I miss all of these? Okay, we found one in the drawing room. That was where we found the first one. That actually might be all the rooms we've been in. Let me open up the map. Found one in the drawing room, the butler's room, the art studio. I guess there theoretically might be one in the foyer. Well, we haven't written in here. I found one in the parents' room. Franny's room, there we haven't looked yet. I don't know if I want to bother checking the foyer. There's a door right to the foyer here. I'll have to pass through the foyer again. I don't really know where there would be one in the foyer. Easy to miss while streaming. No, there is a certain level of tunnel vision when streaming, which I'm glad that you acknowledge it, because streamers sometimes, like, streamers miss dumber stuff than that, because you're kind of focused on kind of moving forward. But I didn't realize they weren't going to be out in the open, so I was not really looking for details. Where was... Oh, I can see where it is. It's on the map. Cool. So that one's in Franny's room. I want to read them in order because they look like they're definitely in order. So we'll read 2 and 3, and we'll wait to read 5 until we find the one in Franny's room. It looks like it didn't even expect me to go to her parents' room before her room, but me not wanting to do the expected thing and wanting to explore, did that. Proud to open that save first try. Thought you'd mess it up. Oh, the safe. Yeah, no, the safe. The controls are a little wonky. It'll probably work better on touchscreen, but it's... Yeah. Seems that the late patriarch of this mission, Lord Edward, was a deeply distrusting man. I thought it was disgusting. Deeply distrusting man. He found gold on this desolate island and grew the company established in the span of a single generation. He seems to have viewed everyone who approached him as a thief who wanted only his money. Yeah, this is her father, isn't it? So much that he forbade anyone, not Lawrence, her father, the one who wrote this. So much that he forbade anyone outside the family from entering the mansion. What's more, he took measures to guard his property from intruders by placing mechanisms all around the mansion. I believe his distrust of others had a negative impact on his family as well. There is, for some reason, not a single mention of his wife anywhere in this mansion. There's not even a trace of a grave belonging to her in the graveyard. I have no real evidence to suggest this. My theory is Lawrence's wife fell out of love with him, this man who cast suspicion on everyone, and left the island for good after having his child. Oof, that's depressing. That's Lawrence? Doesn't Lawrence have 2? No, Lawrence, it was Leonard, was it? Okay, Lawrence, I thought, raised the 2 grandsons. Maybe the butler did most of the work. Lawrence's reward for amassing such vast wealth was to be tortured by the distrust of others. leaving him a lonely man who lost love of his family. However, it appears he was able to keep his heart open to at least one person, the butler who served his family. And judging from the journal in the butler's room, it seems it was mutual and unwavering loyalty. Wow. Lawrence, you're shitty. As I enjoyed the breeze off the water, gazing lazily at the horizon, I recalled the beautiful springtime scenery of Suyoko's hometown in Japan. Yes, definitely her father. I haven't visited Japan in over 10 years. The last time I went was with Suyoko to tell her parents of our marriage. During the flight to Haneda... How would I pronounce that? Haneda? Haneda. I think Haneda. I caught a rather rare sight, Suyoko looking nervous. No doubt her mind was occupied with thoughts of what she'd say to her parents. It's the first visit home in quite a while out. After all, on top of that, she was going to reveal such big news. So is it clear these are all written by Ashley's dad? Yeah, I said that. In an attempt to calm her nerves, I held her hand and asked her to tell me about her hometown. She told me about a river near her family home. In spring, the cherry blossom trees along its banks bloom, creating such a beautiful scene. Even now, all these years later, I could see the smile on her face as she talked about those trees. The next day, I walked beside her beneath those cherry blossoms on my way to meet her parents for the first time. I've always wanted to return to Japan, but it has not yet been in the cards. But I'll make it someday. I'll walk the path beneath the cherry blossoms that Suyoko loved so much. Sounds beautiful. Just imagine just growing up with those, being able to see cherry blossoms like that just every year. That's really cool. Oh, that's just for my... yeah, I won't read that till I find the next one. Yeah, cherry blossoms are really pretty. I don't like the way they taste, but I like the way they look. I'm not a fan of sakura flavored stuff.
Oh man, what a cute teddy bear.
Granny's favorite.
These vintage bears are cool. I actually love teddy bears. Suddenly I remembered that night.
Brain blast?
The one from my dreams. That night, on the table, there was a cake with candles and a bear with a red ribbon.
Brain blast!
Here you go, Ashley. This is a present from Daddy.
Oh, the bear brain blasted.
Yeah, that's what Mom said.
Wow. You remembered
Dad
one
wasn't
line.
there. Where was he that night?
Ashley? What's wrong?
Dee, I remembered something too. When I saw the bear...
Everybody's remembering
Mom.
stuff.
Your mother?
Yeah.
North Wells University. I just noticed her hoodie. She's 14, so she wouldn't be going to university, but that must be where the university where her parents... Did it say they met in university? Or they worked at a university? Something. It's neurosurgeon. Not neurosurgeon, neuroscientist. So, that must be from her... That's really weird, because she thought they died. Like, did they give that as a hand-me-down? Did she get it because in memory of them? Uh-huh.
I barely remember anything about her. But sometimes I have this dream. I feel like it ends in the middle, though. Like there's more to it. Huh. That reminds me of something Jessica said. She told me that if I meet my dad, I'll also learn about my mom.
Is that why you came here to see him?
Maybe.
Didn't even care about her dad, cares about her mom. I mean, her mom didn't, as far as she knows, essentially lie to her for 11 years. Jessica is a chem teacher, but I think she teaches high school. Yeah, they said she's a high school chem teacher. If she was a university teacher, it wouldn't. Well, first of all, they wouldn't say teacher; they'd say professor. And second of all, her salary wouldn't be nearly as bad. Probably wouldn't be. It's not great. as inheritance could say, but I think teaching at a university pays a bit more than teaching at a public high school. It's also a lot of work. Like, I mean, being a teacher for any job is a lot of work because you have to do like prep work and grading and all that stuff, and that's usually out of the hours you're being paid to work. So, like, my coworker I mentioned, that's a clerk that is also a teacher. She's a middle school teacher. She constantly has to bring like do like classroom prep work and stuff at the library while she's working there because she just doesn't have enough time. It sucks because, like I said, you're underpaid and you're overworked, and you need a second job, but you also are working essentially more than a full-time job. That's something that really needs to change because teachers are very important for humanity to continue moving forward. We need to be able to teach what we learn to the next generation so they can build off that and not just have to relearn the same things through their life. Like, teachers are one of the most important, like, maybe not quite as much as like healthcare, but you know what? No, maybe quite as much as healthcare, because healthcare, you still need teachers to become a doctor. Like, they are important, an important field. Preach. I don't mean to turn this into like a rant, but like, it's something that bugs me, and I feel like I would have, in another life, I would have enjoyed being a teacher, but I would have also been underpaid and overworked. And it's a shame. And like, props to the people who put in that work despite getting underpaid, underappreciated, simply because it's meaningful to them to pass on knowledge. Teachers are molded so much like parents. They're probably the most. I mean, like your parents, they're teaching you. Like, your parents are teaching you too, but parents usually don't have time to full-time teach like, there's parents that stay at home, parents that homeschool, but the average person they have to work a job, so they can't. So teachers do a lot to teach you. Like, and education is undervalued in the United States, and it shows in a lot of ways. And teachers should be paid more and appreciated more, so we put more money into our teaching, so we don't have the average adults that are struggling to compete on how are you smarter than a 5th grader. Okay, fair, they're using knowledge that you don't need, but like, I think we're backwards in a lot of ways. Get paid less than working at a fast food restaurant. That said, I think working fast food is hard. Completely other. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, food service also, people are underpaid. Both fast food and non-fast food food service people are underpaid. Waiters have to make their money off of tips that people don't want to give because the restaurant should be paying them enough. Cooks work ridiculous hours and don't make a lot of money usually. Like, I have friends who are cooks, and like, food service is a whole other can of worms that is underpaid. Anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, her aunt's a teacher. Poor Jessica. She's doing her best. Also raising her niece. Let me examine sofa. Is this her favorite sofa? There are blocks and books on it. Okay, this is getting excited. A favorite sofa? Like, okay, I guess in theory you would have a favorite place to like sit and lounge, but like, I would never verbalize, oh, this is my favorite sofa.
Huh.
Little green desk. Did Franny do her studying here? Oh, yeah, she must have been she was probably pretty young when she got pulled away from here, so this is going to be a little kid's room. Oh, the handles are so cute. Anything inside the drawers? Nope. Another doll. Did you make that one too then? You like that wardrobe? Yeah. There's a shelf decorated with dolls.
Hey, D, take a look at this doll.
Look at this doll. I was trying to make a look at this photograph, but that doesn't, not enough syllables.
It's Franny's.
Take a look at this doll.
She made it to look
Every
like
time
herself.
I look, it makes me ball.
So this one is supposed to be Franny.
Yes.
What's wrong? Is something bothering you?
A dresser,
I
yeah.
remember something Franny said.
Dee, these dolls have to be nice to each other.
You know, it kind of sucked for Franny growing up on this isolated island. Like,
Then
of course she immediately befriended Dee. She probably had nobody her age. Like, she was probably homeschooled at best. Probably by the butler.
Then what?
Solve this puzzle and I still don't know what that means.
Sorry. That's all I remember.
Dolls have to be nice to each other. If they got along, then that's all you remember. Wow.
The dolls need to get along.
D, you have Shadow the Hedgehog level of memory retention. I am sorry. You are remembering fragments of a sentence and that's it. And it's not helpful. Indentation. Oh, I need to put the other doll there? Oh, it's still that. Yeah, that's her mom. I'll put this doll here. Oh. I need another doll, probably of her dad.
Hey.
Check it out, D. There's a drawer. Let's see if I can open it. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
It won't open. Okay, I need another thing. I think. Oh, wait. Book. Wonder if there's something behind it. Nothing behind the book. But did I take the book? There's something behind it. Oh, here we go. No. It won't let me turn here. I just need to do it when I'm not zoomed in. Oh, there's something behind it. Nothing behind the book. There's blocks behind the book. What do you mean nothing? Oh, there's something behind it. There's blocks! Stop saying there's nothing behind it. There we go. Tarnished teddy bear. The tarnished! Oh, now we're just going into Elden Ring. Living in this mansion has been like living in a time capsule. Each room is untouched by time. And as I use these rooms in my day-to-day life, I find myself developing an interest in antique furniture. I should pick you up a book and read the thoughts in your door. When I gaze upon the elaborate decor, when I feel the fine materials used in their construction, materials that have withstood the test of time, I think I must be feeling the same sense of elegance and high living once enjoyed by the Edward family. I'll sometimes catch myself wandering from room to room just to admire the furniture. One might even say I'm becoming an enthusiast. Yet I found it difficult to enjoy the child's room on the east side of the second floor. I mean, you're not a child. Why would you enjoy a child's room? That'd be weird if you did. Looking at the dusty teddy bear on the small desk, my thoughts rushed back to Ashley and how I left her behind 11 years ago. Oh, Ashley, I want to see you just one more time. I have to imagine you don't even remember my face. You were just 3 years old at the time. I want to finish another and then see with my own eyes how you've grown. Feels as though I've been stuck in time myself and only you can bring me back. When I think of one day reuniting with Ashley, sometimes I find myself wondering what sort of father I should be. In those moments, my thoughts immediately go to my own father, who died when I was 18. He worked as an imposter. I can't read. Wow. He worked as an importer, a line of business that took him all over the world. His sole focus in life was his work, so he was rarely home. Goodness, I can't really read that way. But one day, in a move that surprised us all, he took my mother on a vacation to South America. But their plane crashed in the Pacific Ocean and I never saw my parents again. Wow, so Franny died in a plane crash in South America. Not confirmed, still theory. At the time, I couldn't understand my father's desire to bury himself in his work. How could he keep himself so busy that he neglects his family? And then one day he was gone. But looking back, I've become exactly like him. If my father were still alive, what would he say to me? To see me with my head so buried in my research. What would he think of me? Like father, like son. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Okay, bed. It's a child's bed. It looks pretty old.
The blanket's color is faded. A little girl used to sleep here a long time ago. Hey, Dee. What was Franny like?
Well, I guess she was mostly sweet, but she could be a little
First
sad.
she's sour, then she's sweet. She's a Sour Patch Kid.
She was real easy to make laugh, but real easy to make
But
cry,
this room, she left this room pretty abruptly, so yeah, sour, sweet, gone. Also really easy to make laugh and really easy to make cry. Dang, probably make her cry.
And she was incredible.
Well, yeah, like I said, she had no kids her age, lived alone on this island with her parents that probably loved her a lot, and her great-grandfather, if he still was alive, who sounds like he was kind of shitty. And that sounds like he probably was still alive. And, yeah.
Oh.
So sometimes the characters' mouths don't move when they talk. I'm used to enough games not doing that I don't even like pay attention when that happens. This child's dresser reminds me of, I don't know, even though it doesn't quite really look like it. It reminds me of Animal Crossing's like playroom set. That's not what I want to do. I want to open items. I don't have anything else that goes in that slot, right? Unless it's the lighter, that would be weird. Oh, duh, I didn't finish doing this because I got distracted. It's right under here. It's under the building blocks. I want all the blocks. Give me all the blocks. Give me all the blocks. Give me all the blocks. Yeah, everyone. Ah, nice and cleaned out. Now I get the wooden doll. The doll inside the box meant for building blocks.
I wonder if Franny made this doll too. It's missing its right arm.
What?
It's broken. See?
Oh, you're right.
The missing piece must be somewhere around here.
I don't think this doll is broken. I think it's supposed to be missing its right arm. This is a doll of Franny's father.
And?
He was
Franny's
in a
father
war, so maybe he had his arm amputated? Yeah.
was missing his right arm.
Yeah. He probably lost his arm in the war, which sure as heck would have helped his PTSD. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was that. Okay. If the dolls take it along. Can I pick up? Yeah, I think you need to be in the center. Franny doll. Ooh, Franny doll. Sorry, it's Pegasus. Pegasus, oh Yugi boy. I don't think you'd be able to paint as well as you used to, probably. You'd be surprised. People adapt really well when they have to. The issue for the painting wouldn't be the one arm as much as it would be just mental health. It's hard to do the things you love if you're really emotionally, like, in a bad spot. If you're mentally in a bad spot, which PTSD would cause, it's hard to be enthusiastic about the things you love. It's open.
Yeah.
It must be what she meant by the doll's getting along. Wonder what's in here.
And in here we have
A key. Sprout key. Okay, go in the last door.
I wonder which room this key's for.
What's this? It's a ribbon Franny loved. Faded ribbon. Oh, you're not gonna let me take the ribbon? Okay, sure. But I swear, game, if you're gonna later be like, oh, you need that ribbon, just like you did with the plates, and make me come back here. Okay, so that obviously goes here. Oops. Remember in the letter it said that Henry threw the key in the fountain. That's the key. That key. Okay. A lot of hummingbird motifs. Are those hummingbirds?
Not here either.
I guess they're not hummingbirds. They're just
Jessica?
the way they're posed. I don't think they have the proper... Yeah, they don't have the proper beaks for hummingbirds. They're just... No? Right, actually. It is a hummingbird. Okay, I thought the beaks were off or something.
It's crooked. This bothers...
I wonder why there's a hummingbird motif, though. Maybe I'll find out. Oh, that's a very rigid piece of paper.
Isn't it? How is it hidden behind a painting? The painting is of this bird.
Musical brain blast? Why?
Did you know there's a puzzle?
D, her eyes are up there. What are you...
If you solve the puzzle and play the music, you'll get to see the piano's secret.
I just remembered something.
What was that camera angle?
This is the sheet music Franny
Couldn't even see her face.
I wonder if I'd be able to play
Can you
it.
play... Can you read sheet music, Ashley? Because you acted impressed about Franny's piano skills, which implied to me that you don't play the piano. Which maybe you don't. Maybe you play another instrument. But even if you read sheet music, you need to know how to play piano and how to read sheet music.
You can play?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do know how to play piano. Why were you like, oh, I wish I could have heard Franny play? Do you just want to hear everybody play piano? Like...
Will you try playing this song?
I'll give it a shot.
Also, it's super convenient that she knows how to play piano, because if she didn't know how to play piano, like, the plot would end here. I feel like there wouldn't be any way for her to continue. You can't just, like, trial and error this.
Franny told me there's a puzzle hidden in this sheet music.
I wonder what it could be.
Got sheet music. Painting a hummingbird on the wall. Oh, bird painting.
Huh?
Same as the one on the sheet music. Must be important somehow. Yeah, bitch, she's quite good at piano. And just saying, if she didn't know how to play piano, there would be no way for the story to continue. Which I realize they wrote it that way, but like hiding a puzzle behind playing the piano is really setting a bar that's not most people wouldn't be able to pass the puzzles in here. Sofa's so nice, it's big and comfy. It's probably not great for watching TV from here. The marble table looks expensive. It's also kind of cold when you touch it. Can't read that, or if that was something to read, I don't know. Where's the power button? Is there a remote for this thing? Oh, sweet summer child. In 1940s, there was, we did not have remotes. I remember, I was only alive in the 90s and later, and I remember having televisions that did not have remotes. So, though it's not like remotes were not invented yet, but not all TVs had remotes yet. And now I have a television that doesn't have buttons on it. You need the remote, which kind of sucks. Where's the Roku app for this thing? Because if we lose the remote for my television, we can't use the television. I wonder what color it was originally. Oh, neat, a quill pen. I always wanted to try one. No good, it's all dried out and hardened. Can't write a thing. I mean, quill pens are also very finicky, and you're gonna have to like get ink in it every time. It's a nice table. It's not broken or anything, even after all this time. Someone left a book open here. Were they looking something up? Oh, these shelves are so full of books. I wonder how long it would take to read them all. Yeah, you've already found several rooms with ridiculous amounts of books. I don't think in a lifetime you could read all the books in this mansion. I mean, maybe you could if all you did was read, really. So I guess I underestimate. We have patrons in the library that go through a lot of books because that's like their main thing, and they can go through a couple books a week. So this painting of Franny, it looks like the sketch in the art studio. Weird to think that Dee was friends with her all those years ago. Oh wait, what do we have in this new? Who got updated? Franny. Oh, we have color photograph now. Or not photograph, that's still a painting, but color painting. Franny was Dee's friend. She lived in this mansion and was really good at the piano. She also nicknamed him Dee. I'd love to have known her and heard her play music. Oh, it's the same text, I just realized. Oh, what's new? Oh, the sheet music. Picture's filthy. Guess it's been gathering dust for a long time. There's a bunch of different kinds of alcohol from all over the world. Clouds have been cleared out. Just game rated. It's got a... The rating must reference alcohol, or say it as alcohol references. But... I wonder what this game... Is this game tea? Candle holder by the bed is what they use for light. Be too scared to open flames right by my bed. Or have open... Yeah, I mean, if you went to bed, that'd be really dumb. Pretty dusty up close. Makes sense, I suppose. But also, Ashley, yeah, 1940s, they used candles. Like, do you see... Yeah, there is electricity here, but, like... Not nearly, like... There's no lights over on that side of the room. Not the entire room would be... They wouldn't have as many light bulbs, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong. Where... We still need to find... Oh, is it right there? Yeah. Wrong button. Profile picture update with relevant clues are found. Yeah, that's cool. Hummingbird scanned. Wrong button. Hummingbirds. From the door knockers to tableware to paintings to sculptures in the fountain, a hummingbird motif permeates every corner of this mansion. The fact that there are so many hummingbird decorations indicates that Lawrence had a strong fixation on them. Hummingbirds can be a symbol of healing and love and are apparently a popular motif in Native American cultures as well. I believe it's possible Lawrence included hummingbirds all throughout the mansion's attempt to alleviate his loneliness. Reminds me of something Sayoko once told me. In Japan, the crane has long been associated with good fortune. Designs featuring this particular bird are very popular. Origami cranes are most popular as a means of making a wish. As such, those who wish for peace or speedy recovery from illness will often find them in droves. So perhaps Lawrence's hummingbird decorations were made with a wish for peace in his own life. Sayoko taught me how to make origami cranes a long time ago. Maybe I should make a few and leave them around the mansion, with a wish that the departed may rest in peace. Okay, you're making them out of QR codes? Tied to journal entries? Interesting. Also, if you make 1,000 hummingbirds, or 1,000 hummingbird, not hummingbird, crane, 1,000 crane origamis, or is it 1,000? Is it 1,000,000? I don't know, some ridiculous amount, then you get have a wish granted or something. I don't know. Some story. Oh, I need to go play the music. I need to play that funky music. It's 1,000, yeah. I don't know. I said 1,000. It sounded 1,000, but then I was like, 1,000 doesn't seem like a lot. Like, I feel like if I was committed, I can make 1,000 hummingbird, 1,000 crane origamis. Like, it'd take definitely days, maybe weeks. But that's not like an unbelievable feat, especially if it grants you a wish. Like, if that actually granted me a wish, I'd be doing that all the time. I'd be just churning out crane origamis. It'd be like, get all my wishes granted. So grand piano. Wonder why the bird from the golden room is drawn here. Oops. The music staff looks weird here. It's blank. There aren't any notes or rests indicated. Oh yeah, this is the only place without any. Music staff without any notes. Where are the sheet music? There is. I'm so nervous. Just do your best. You'll be fine. Okay, here goes nothing. What? Are you gonna make me? I don't... Oh. Okay, random rhythm game. You played sounded kind of lonely compared to when Franny played it. Lonely? So maybe he was missing an accompaniment. But the second staff needs the notes too. Okay, but do I... Okay, let's see then. I don't think I have anything else that had EB on it. I don't think it means anything. Excuse me for a bit. I mean, I don't know if I'm missing something or if I... Wait, might have to do the hummingbird. What about a hummingbird? Wait, it's not Franny's room. Why am I in Franny's room? It's the, I don't think it's Franny's room. Hmm. Seems on the sheet music, that must be important somehow. Can I, like, take this off the wall? Wait. Let's look at sheet music. What's it doing here? How do I get that? How do I get that? Oh. Maybe? I feel like I need to zoom in more. Maybe. It doesn't. Oh, wait. Let me try clicking this. Can I take a picture here? No. I almost... Thought I could zoom, but I guess I can't zoom. I didn't want to do that. Well, I have a picture. Maybe that'll help. It's not the best picture. But Ashley's not the smartest cookie and doesn't think to zoom in on that. So... like, honestly, Ashley, if I was you, I'd just take the whole picture with me. Can I say where the... no. Yeah. Some musical notation down in the picture, right? Huh. I think it was the bird picture?
Maybe.
Can I take this with me? No, I don't think I can. Feels like the sheet music and the music staff and painting are the gold bird are related. If you overlay them on top of each other, they become a single song. Yes, but how do you overlay them like that? You take pictures of the desk and overlay those. That might work. Yeah, let's try it.
All right.
I did.
Yeah. All right.
If I overlay them, what do you mean? What do you want me to? No. Let me just try sitting at the piano. Maybe it'll.
Maybe.
Snap some photos and overlay them both.
Maybe.
Oh, take picture of this too? Yeah.
All right. Maybe.
Can you let me take a picture here? No.
Yeah. All right.
Don't worry, I'll get this. I don't need... Oh, overlay. I see an overlay button now. Perfect fit, and I just need to transcribe it. Or should I have the score from the bird picture under the street? Oh. No, want me to click it now? Try transcribing it. Done, let's play it. Okay, gonna try playing it. Okay.
Huh?
Ashley, did you hear that?
Sounds like it triggered something. Let's look around.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need just so you know, Dragon, I don't need hints unless I ask for them. I do like to kind of solve things myself unless I'm start asking how to do stuff. I just kind of I figured it out. What do you... Okay, fine. Do I... Yeah. Box.
A box fell out of the piano. I wonder what it is.
Looks like a music box? No. Oh, it's a Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days seashell box.
Granny found these on the beach.
Destiny Islands caught it.
It's shells. They're kind of pretty.
Oh, right.
You remember shells? Good for you.
Franny found them. These are our treasure. She hid them here.
What's this card? It looks like a game cartridge.
That's their copy of 358 over 2 days.
Is this Franny's too?
No. I've never seen that.
Got a small card. Does it fit in our Nintendo Switch?
What's that noise?
It's the DAS.
The Nintendo DAS.
What's it doing?
Today vague attention when you're on the right track to help. Yeah.
Did it read the card?
Recognize the another key. Okay, there's 2 more. Installation complete. Unlocking another key feature. Information about other keys.
I've never seen this screen. Is this...
We've had the map of the mansion.
One of the rooms is glowing.
What's this another key?
I have no idea. Another key.
Kingdom Key, another key. Yeah, this is just Kingdom Hearts. This game is just Kingdom Hearts. Talking about memories and keys. Soon they're gonna be talking about darkness.
Who are you?
Is it Dad? Oh, he looks pretty dad-like. Huh.